The countdown is underway. The big unit's third start since returning to action could lead to one of the biggest victories of his career. 2 more homers by Jr. last night in Oakland took his amazing total to 55 and set the stage for a serious run at Roger Maris's home run record of 61. Just one more magical win and the West will be won, and you're already a winner because you're watching Mariners Tonight. Champagne's on ice, and with a win over the Anaheim Angels tonight, a river of bubbly will flow from the Mariners clubhouse all the way to the American League playoffs. Hello everyone, I'm Tom Glasgow and this is Mariners Tonight, and what a night it could be for the M's, who hope they're just hours away from ending the race and winning the AL West and a second trip to the playoffs. It really is a perfect scenario for Lou's crew at home against the Angels with the man on the mound. Looks good for the M's on paper. We'll see how it looks on the diamond as the game goes on. Time now to take you to the building where a major celebration may be just hours away. Rich Waltz has more on Game 1 between the M's and the Angels at the Kingdome. Rich?
Thanks, Tommy. This feels more like Game 1 of a playoff series rather than Game 1 of a 2-game series against the Anaheim Angels. And just about everybody knows what's at stake tonight. The magic number is 1. The Mariners win. They clinch the West, and then they start looking towards the playoffs. But there's a lot of other things at stake here tonight. Randy Johnson is going after win number 19. Ken Griffey Jr. continues his chase after Maris. He's at 55. So it should be great theater tonight in front of a team that the Mariners have been leading most of the way these last couple of months. A team that has faded, the Anaheim Angels, and a team that the Mariners certainly enjoyed beating back in '95 in the 1-game playoff. We'll go back to '95 and look at that tonight. Well, Randy Johnson has made 2 starts since coming off that injury. His first start on the 13th, no decision in a 6-3 win over Toronto. He threw 77 pitches, 8 strikeouts, 6 innings, and 1 hit. Against Texas in an 18-4 win, 107 pitches, 5 strikeouts. He got the win there. That was his 18th of the season. Johnson, very, very tough pursuit of the home run record. And the pursuit got a lot harder, a lot hotter. Obviously, it's hard. Last night at Oakland, this one wrapped around the pole. Jr. hitting his 54th, and then he would add number 55. It's the most home runs since Maris had his 61 in 61. He's not the only guy chasing a record. J.Buhner in that Oakland series. This was number 38. Buhner, the last 2 years, has had more than 40 home runs. This was number 39. If he hits his 40th before the season is out, he's only the 10th player in Major League history to go over 40 in 3 consecutive seasons. Team home runs. Buhner at 39. Don't forget Sorrento has 30, Edgar at 28, Alex at 23. The Mariners have, and this ties a Major League record with 257. Next one sets the Major League record. The Mariners have also tied a Major League record, 9 players with 10 or more home runs. Joey Cora did that. A lot of records to look at, but certainly, first and foremost for the Seattle Mariners, beat the Anaheim Angels, clinch the West, and get the pitching rotation set up for either the Baltimore Orioles or 3 games out now, the New York Yankees in the East. Certainly should be a lot of fun. There is a real electric feel to the Kingdome, which will be sold out. And oh, by the way, with a sellout tonight, the Mariners will come very close to drawing a record 3 million fans. All right, Tom Glasgow, update us on what's...
Beautiful evening. Sandy Alomar hits it way of hitting 61 home runs this season, but we've seen him drive 55, good enough for a 1 home run advantage over Mark McGwire for the Major League lead. So while Maris's record is doubtful, the title of home run king is very much up for grabs. The Reds and Cardinals are in St. Louis to open a 3-game set, and here's what Big Mac has done so far in this contest. First inning, but good enough for a single. So in his 2 at-bats up to this point, McGuire remains at 54 home runs. The Reds leading St. Louis 3-0 in the bottom. For more on the Mariners' quest for best in the West.
You've done similarities between that day and this night. One of those is what happened in the month of September leading in to the ball game. This season, the Angels 8-11 in September, but they got off to a horrible start, and that's where the Mariners put the distance between the two teams. Anaheim lost 9 of their first 11 games. In '95, they were 9-15. Then the California Angels lost 9 of their 13 games. The other similarity to '95 and to tonight is the fact that the man on the mound was there in '95. Remember, it was Randy Johnson who pitched whenever the Mariners needed him, and they needed him most on that Monday in early October back in '95. His numbers against Anaheim very good. Last 4 years, 10 games, 8-1.
You couldn't have written a book any better than that matchup. It came down to a 1-game playoff and the 2 lefties. That was my personal highlight of last year, matching up with Mark Langston, the person that I got traded for. And
a 13-game Angel lead had vanished. Yet 1 game remained. The first 1-game playoff in the American League since 1978. And the Angels not only had to think about committing the 3rd biggest fold in history, but they also had to face the most dominant pitcher in the game. And that's a lot to think about.
The 1-2 pitch to Edmonds, swing. And the 0-2 pitch on the way to Salmon. Now, strike.
The 1-2 to Anderson, slider, swing. And the pen, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, swing. And a strike 3. Here's the 2-2 pitch again. Check swing, strike 3 call.
The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and the net on the way, and in consider the K tied around his neck. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and the miss. He struck it out. 1-2 pitch to J.G. Stowe on the way. He went around on a slider, and Randy Johnson strikes out the side here in the 5th. And Randy Johnson has 9 strikeouts, and he's retired 15 California Angels in a row. My, oh my!
The dueling shutouts of Johnson and Mark Langston continued until the 5th. Vince Coleman snuck one through, and the Mariners had a 1-0 lead. And a dome that sold out in less than 18 hours started to shake. Langston's worries gave way to Johnson's drive. Johnson's day was a reflection of his '95 season. In 30 starts, the Mariners were 27-3. He stopped 13 Mariner losing streaks. He set a Major League record for strikeouts per 9 innings, and he won Seattle's first Cy Young Award. And on October 2nd, he was untouchable. In the bottom of the 7th, Luis Sojo sealed the deal.
Here's the pitch, swinging a ground ball up the first base line, and it sneaks down by Stowe! Down the right field line into the bullpen. Here comes Flowers. Here comes Tino. Here comes Joey. The front of the plate cut off. The relay by Langston. Gets that by Allison. Flores scores. Here comes Sojo. He scores! Everybody scores!
While Johnson got stronger, Langston's day was about to end. A 5-1 lead became a 9-1 lead, and Mark Langston's nightmare would last the winter. For a franchise long saddled with failures, and for Northwest baseball fans starved for success, the suffering and the waiting would finally end, and the ghosts of Mariners' past would finally be chased away.
Branding iron hot. The 1-2 pitch. He inserted it over right over the heart of the plate. Randy looks to the skies. That is covered by the dome and bedlam as the Mariners now erupt. But my friends, this is just indescribable. You think the Mariners have won the World Series? They haven't, but maybe they will.
A lot of fun back in '95, and that's the result. I would venture to say, though, should the Mariners win the '97 American League West tonight, the celebration will not be as raucous in the clubhouse. The Mariners obviously have on their mind they have more business to take care of this season. I'm not saying that in this ballpark it won't be wild. It will be. The Mariners and the Angels tonight A win tonight, the Mariners are American League West champions. Obviously, pull up a chair, spend part of this night with us. We will have full post-game coverage as well. We'll go into the clubhouse should the Mariners win tonight and have reaction from the skipper and from players. So there you have it. The Mariners, the Angels. When we get back, Bob Finnegan comes by, the big unit against Alan Watson. It's Mariners tonight. It's what we call our pregame show. Kingdom, the Mariners getting set to take on the Anaheim Angels. It's our pregame show, and it should be a very, very big night, which is reason to bring in the esteemed beat writer of the Seattle Times. Spinny, where you been? How you been?
Fine. Been in Texas and Oakland, Rich.
All right, let's talk American League East, because if the Mariners win the West, they're going to take on the champion of the East.
Coming up for the start this evening, a phenomenal record overall, really tough in the Dome, and hard on the Angels as well. Could lead to some very good things for the Mariners tonight. Now, getting to the season, here's Rich Waltz with the skipper.
Thanks, Tom. This should be fun tonight. I mean, you can really feel the atmosphere in this place right now.
Well, we've worked hard to get to this point all year, and now we need to finish what we started back in April when the season started. So, and let's hope we do. You know, we're in excellent position, but you know, it's never over till it's over. And tonight we got the right guy going, and at the same time we're going to have a packed house here. So maybe it's fitting that we clinch this thing on our home turf as opposed to the road. We're going to have to do that regardless, so we got no choice in the matter.
Randy Johnson going tonight. Tell me, is there a pitch limit for him? How will you handle him tonight?
Basically, we've stretched him out. He's had 2 starts prior to this one, 75, 76 pitches, 105, 106. Tonight, basically, if he's not laboring too much, and we can let him go the distance. There's nothing really that leads me to believe that he can't finish if he's pitching well. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear. But I think the important thing tonight is that we jump on Watson and score some runs early and give Randy a lead and go from there.
If in the next 2 or 3 days you do clinch it, Randy comes back Saturday or Sunday, do you start him before the playoffs?
I don't think so, no. But if he wins tonight, it'll be his 19th, so we'll be looking to find a way to win, for him to get 20 wins if possible. Now, we're not going to start him, though, but we can bring him in out of the bullpen and let him get just a little bit of work, maybe in a close ball game where we can get him a win. That would be fitting.
Junior and his pursuit, he's just amazing. I mean, because the pressure doesn't seem to get to him. He actually kind of thrives in this atmosphere.
Well, Junior is a special player, as we all know, and 55 home runs, a ton of home runs. It's a big number, and you know, he's got a chance. He's within striking distance. We'll have to wait and see what happens, and you know, if he gets himself in position, we can DH him and possibly even lead him off if we have to get him an extra at bat. So we'll see what happens, but we'll play that one by ear. You know, Jay's going for his 40th too, which is a milestone for him. So, you know, let's hope all these things work out. But at the same time, let's hope that we can win tonight and get this thing over with so I can rest my ball club.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Get it done tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, and then we'll talk playoffs after you get it done tonight.
Hopefully. Thank you.
There you have it. From Lou Piniella, I'm Rich Waltz. Tom Glasgow, back to you.
Rich, thanks a lot. Yeah, I would say these guys deserve some rest. It has been a phenomenal season. Hope you have enough Sports Northwest.
Line drive to the base hit. Just as it scored the tying run. Free to the plate. And he is safe. Safe at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series.
A glorious moment in the spotlight for Cabrera. One swing of the bat that ensured him a place in the playoff Hall of Fame.
PBS.
Northwest presents live from the Kingdom in Seattle, the first game of the 2-game series between the Mariners and the Anaheim Anaheim Angels, and the last time the Angels created this much excitement in Seattle, it was October the 2nd, 1995. The bases loaded. Everybody scored on a Luis Sojo double, and the Mariners in overtime put themselves in postseason play. The magic number is 1, and they hope to do the same again tonight. How are you, everybody? Dave Niehaus along with Ron Fairley. What's it like having the magic number at 1?
It's a great feeling knowing that all you have to do is win one of the next 5 ball games. There's not the urgency in the Mariners dugout as it is over there with the Angels. They have to win, otherwise it's all over.
Everybody is ready to party tonight. We have got a sellout crowd. Let's look at tonight's pitching matchups brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft. First of all, Randy Johnson, who was the winner in the playoff game against the Angels, will have a chance to clinch it tonight for the Seattle Mariners against Alan Watson of the Anaheim Angels, who's given up more home runs than anybody, and Ken Griffey Jr. knows that. We'll be back with the starting lineups right after this.
Well, look who's back at Eagle Hardware.
Good morning, Randy. Northwest presents Seattle Mariners baseball, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you've never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines. By Eagle Hardware and Garden, more everything. By Miller Genuine Draft, to remind you, it's time for a good old mackerel brew. By the Discover Card, the proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. By U.S. West Dex, your directory expert with more ways to find what you're looking for. By your friendly Northwest Dodge dealer. And by BP, we keep you moving. Well, the Anaheim Angels have been sitting in the bushes waiting for the Mariners the last couple of days. They played in Texas on Sunday afternoon and left and came up here and spent Sunday night, all day Monday and Monday night. Watched our television report from Oakland yesterday, and finally they get to take on the Mariners with the very slimmest of hopes. Randy Johnson out to the mound. Let's look at today's starting lineup.
All right, let's check out this Southwest Airlines starting lineup. First of all, for the visiting Anaheim Angels. Leading off will be Phillips, followed by Edmonds and Salmon, Hollins, Henderson, Anderson, Alicea, Cooter, and then DiSarcina. Defensively for the Mariners, pretty much the same as yesterday, with one exception. It has Kelly, Griffey, Buhner in the outfield, Sheets, Rodriguez, Cora, Flowers at first base. There's your only change from Sorrento. Wilson behind the plate, and on the mound, left-handed pitcher Randy Johnson going after his 19th victory of the year. You can see the other numbers on the big unit, as he has been the most dominating pitcher in the American League for the last 2 or 3 years. In Randy's last outing, wasn't really that sharp. He went 7 innings down in Texas, and he allowed 10 hits, 3 runs, walked a couple, and struck out only 5. But I'll guarantee tonight, the big unit's all geared and ready to face the Anaheim Angels here this evening.
Randy Johnson is geared to win 20. You say, how? Because if he wins tonight, he would not start again? That's probably true. But Lou Piniella would pick a spot to put him in a ball game where he might win a ball game, even though he may not get one more start, because Randy Johnson, if the Mariners win, of course, would open up against either the Baltimore Orioles or the New York Yankees next Wednesday. And so Randy still has a slim hope of winning 20 games this year. And another milestone he would like to reach, and it's not that far, he is 14 strikeouts away from the 2,000 club. If he's to get to 300 this year, he's going to have to pick it up, because he is 23 away from 300. Kurt Schilling of the Philadelphia Phillies is the only pitcher in baseball with 300 this year. He has 313 to tie the National League record for most strikeouts by a right-hander in a season. And he'll break it his next outing. Here's Tony Phillips, and we're underway with a fastball that's a strike. Jim McKean is the man calling balls and strikes. 7:07 Pacific Daylight Time, and what a beautiful, beautiful day it has been here in the Pacific Northwest. Phillips has struggled a little bit lately. The breaking ball inside. Of course, Tony, ever since he got into hot water with Law, has not been talking too much about anything. That's a strike at the kneecaps, and and the count of ball and 2 strikes. When you have the magic number down to 1 and you're on the other end, you're on the Angels end, every pitch, of course, will be cheered by the fans who are looking for a strikeout. And the 1-2 pitch to Tony. Swing and a little blooper hit the right field, and Buhner coming up, making the dive, making the catch. So J.Buhner a little late start, but he still made the catch. Fine running, diving catch by Buhner to start the ball game.
You know, on a play like that too, Dave, that can help pump Randy Johnson up a little bit more if he needs any more pumping up. But already, out of the first play of the game, is to have your defense make a very alert, a very good defensive play behind you.
So Buhner the diving catch, and here is Jimmy Edmonds, the center fielder, hitting .287. A strike on the inside corner, but to finish my thought, if you're the Angels, you're kind of like the next cow to be pushed into line to go to the slaughterhouse. I mean, you're standing there and you're just hoping that maybe this is not the day, but time is running out. 0-1 the count. And that's barely outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Teams that can clinch tonight, Cleveland. If they win, they are losing to the Yankees 9-8 in the bottom of the 9th. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jimmy Edmonds. Houston, if they win, and they're beating the Cubs 5-3. And again, the fans looking for the K.
On that last swing, Edmonds was on his heels and just managed to get a piece of the ball. Had that ball been just a couple of inches a little bit farther outside, that would have been a strikeout. Edmonds very much on his heels on that last pass of the ball.
Slider fouled away down the left field line. These two clubs have split 10 games this year, 5-5. And had it not been for the other two clubs in the West, Anaheim wouldn't even be in it. This club, they finished 18-2. They haven't finished yet against Texas, but 18-2 against Oakland and Texas. That's a little bit high. Not by much.
Might have been high. It certainly wasn't outside.
Fastball into the gap in left center field. Nobody's going to get to that one. It's going to be on a hop off the wall, and Junior will just, it goes over the wall. Oh, it gets over the wall on the fly, so that's a home run. I didn't think that ball had that kind of giddy up behind it, and it went over the wall on the fly into deep left center field. Terry Collins and the Angels very much picked up by that, as Jimmy Edmonds drives it into the gap over the wall. That had me fooled.
Well, it just barely clears the right field, or the left field fence. As you can see, hits right beyond the fence and then quickly comes right back into the playing field. I think that's the thing that got you.
Here is Timmy Salmon with the count 0-1. Salmon, a towering shot. And Junior, no problem with that one. So 2 down. Salmon was the final out in that playoff game, that sudden death playoff game for the American League West Championship in '95, as Randy Johnson got him with a slider right over the outside corner looking. Here is Dave Hollins, the former Mariner, having a good year with the Angels. Hollins had a grand slam home run against the Mariners, and the Angels 8-0 win back here in July. A grand slam home run off the guy named Josias Manzanillo. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Dave, that home run by Jim Edmonds, that's only the 3rd home run hit off of Randy Johnson by a left-handed batter. Darren Erstad hit one in Anaheim, Mo Vaughn, and now Jim Edmonds.
again. He's got the count his way, a ball and 2 strikes. Sharply hit, right at Alex Rodriguez, who throws him out. So Jim Edmonds' long ball is 25th of the year, and the Angels are up 1-0.
Gussie, there's only one thing missing. Every last drop of Pepsi. Any ideas?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I think the fat one knows.
Pepsi. Generation Next.
The tire for the 21st century is here. Z800 Ultra, the 100,000-mile tire at an 80,000-mile price. All part of the Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale Kickoff, featuring great buys on passenger tires. $15.99, $22.99, $25.99. In performance tires, sale prices on Grand Am, Proxys FC4 and H4. Custom wheels on sale, too. Shocks and batteries, a great lineup on sale. The fall season of Les Schwab. It's the season to save.
Trust me on this one, Vernon. I know this to be true. If you buy a new car somewhere other than Weston, Pontiac, Buick, GMC truck, you might only save this much. But your old buddy Ernest would be willing to traverse countless thousands of miles, or just up to Gresham, in order to save this much on a new car or truck from Weston. One might call this phenomenon pizza logic. I do.
Weston's, 225th and Stark in Gresham.
This season, follow J.Buhner and the Mariners on Fox Sports Northwest.
Anaheim leading by a score of 1-0 on the home run by Jim Edmonds, his 25th of the year. Let's take a look at the Mariners Southwest Airlines starting lineup for this evening's game. It'll be Kelly, Cora, Griffey, Martinez, Rodriguez, Buhner, Wilson, Flowers, and then Sheets. Defensively for the Angels, Henderson, Edmonds, and Anderson in the outfield. Alicea, DeSarcina, Phillips, Hollins around the infield, Cooter behind the plate. And on the mound, 26-year-old left-handed pitcher Alan Watson with a record of 12-10 and an ERA at 5.03. This will be his 33rd start of the year. You can see the hits, strikeouts, walks, and home runs allowed. 35 home runs allowed this year by Watson. His last start was on Wednesday against the A's, and he went 6 innings in that game, and he came out on top, an 8-4 winner.
Joey Cora taking the fastball high. Cora, then Roberto Kelly, and then Ken Griffey Jr. Joey, one more week to keep that batting average over 300. 300 for the first time in his career. Wearing his protest nose band-aid again tonight. Two and one, in case you have not heard, Joey Cora has been denied the right to wear those pins on his cap, which he did wear for several years. It's right in the book, you're not supposed to wear pins on your cap. So as a matter of protest, he's wearing that nose bandage. Base hit to left field. Right on, line drive.
Little guy stroking a solid single. Mariners have been playing long ball here in recent games. 12 home runs the last 4 games in which they've played. Joey Cora getting things started with a solid base hit into left field. And that's going to move that average up just a tad more above that 300 mark for him.
Roberto Kelly. What a job he has done as you look at Cora perched over first base. Roberto Kelly, the hitter now. His absolute hero is over in that Angel dugout right now. Any kid from Panama has always looked up to Hall of Famer Rod Carew. It's good to see Rod chatting with him before the ballgame. I said, "You get a kid over here who thinks you're God." He said, "Who's that?" And I told him Roberto Kelly. He kind of smiled. Strike on the outside corner. Rod Carew is to Panamanians what Roberto Kelly is, what Roberto Clemente is to Puerto Ricans. And there's the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, hey, he's a good man, too. I take my hat off to Rodney. Had a chance to be around him for a few years. I really like that guy a lot.
High pop-up. It's going to be Edmonds. So one down. Here he comes. You can hear the crescendo start to build as Ken Griffey Jr. steps up to the plate and starts to dig himself a toe. Jr. with home runs 54 and 55 last night. 54, some controversy. If it was fair or foul. 55, no doubt about it. Dead center field. So Jr. has hit more home runs than anybody since Roger Maris in 1961 with his 55 this year. 7 to go to break the record. 5 games, including this one. Tall order. But if anybody can do it, this man can do it. The pitch swinging a line drive. It's a base hit into left center field. So Jr. drops one just over Gary DiSarcina, who made the leap, I think, just a tenth of a second too soon. He was on the way down instead of going up.
Look at it one more time. Here comes the pitch, low and outside, broken bat, base hit, just beyond the reach of DiSarcina. Almost that close he came to making a great play, and the Mariners have something going for Edgar Martinez.
Edgar Martinez has had another amazing year.
You know, watching Junior, seems like he has a few at-bats where he might be a little bit anxious up there at the plate. Why not? A lot of pressure is on him.
And a strike on the outside corner. The Mariners' next home run will be one for the history books. They and the Baltimore Orioles of last year, 257 home runs, most home runs ever hit in a season. Look out indeed. Man, that's the 4th and 5th bat Edgar's put over there this year. See the concern on Edgar's face. Well, I see a lot of people smiling down there.
Well, look at this. Here it goes one more time. I don't know what it is, but several times this year, I don't know how many, but several times we have seen that bat slip out of the hands of a lot of the players.
So Edgar with a new bat. Some late arrivals here. Very few seats left, but there are some seats that have been sold that are not occupied. So people have not completely settled in for this. And we're in the bottom of the first, 1-0 on Jim Edmonds' home run. Angels. A little high. 1-2. Joey Cora out at second base, and Junior over at first.
Mariners going through a stretch right now, Dave, where if they score, it's generally via the home run ball.
Watson has beat the Mariners once this year.
what happened when you just take a look at Watson coming up and spinning. Got the sign from the catcher and then got to thinking about it and decided maybe I don't want to throw that pitch. So you got to figure out one way. Well, I'll just do this little spin move.
Challenged him with a fastball. Big games tonight in the National League. San Francisco at Colorado. San Diego at Los Angeles. San Francisco's lead 2.5 over the Dodgers.
Time called by the home plate umpire. I think Edgar's bat may have hit the catcher's equipment, the knee, the glove. Home plate umpire picking that up right away.
1-2. A little bit outside.
Watson's had a good year in terms of wins. Established a new career high in wins for himself this year. He's also established a new career high in home runs allowed, too.
"35 home runs he's allowed. Mariners, their game last night, a 4-2 victory. The long ball, the difference in the ball game. The Mariners had 3, 2 by Jr., 1 by Joey Cora. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Corin Jr. with Alex Rodriguez on deck. I'm guessing they're going.
They just might be. I think Lou feels pretty
frisky.
Yeah, absolutely right. He just may send these guys.
There they go.
You know, this is Watson's 3rd career start against the Mariners, 2nd this season. He won 6-1 right here at the Kingdom back on June 28th, and he left the ball game. He was leading by a score of 6-0 and pretty much dominated the Mariners in that game. He's going to have his hands full, I think, here this evening.
Watson thinking that the race is on.
Now he wants Bruder to go through the signs one more time. Still think the runners are going.
And they go. Swinging a ground ball to first, and Holland's only play to run it to the bag. So 2 outs, and here comes A-Rod.
Well, that 3-2 pitch, Watson made an excellent pitch to Edgar. He turned the ball over on the low outside corner. Look where this pitch is to Edgar. Bang, that's low and outside. That's too close to take. An excellent pitch by the left-hander.
Alex Rodriguez last night made as spectacular a play as we have seen all year long, as athletic a play on Ernie Young in the 4th inning. On a play in shallow left field going to his right to jump in the air, pirouette, and throw him out, as we've seen all year long. What a play that was.
Well, to make a play like that, you have to have a strong arm. We saw that Rafael Bornagol tried the same thing, and he threw a water ball over there. He had a big wave in it. Big arcing type of the throw, but Alex, that strong arm of his, threw it out.
2-0. I'd be pitching around in here with first base open with Buhner on deck. And a ground ball base hit into left center field. So Cora's going to score. Here comes Jr. Around third. He'll hold up. He could have scored.
He missed third.
Ken Griffey Jr. missed third base. Either that or he hurt his leg. Jr. could have scored easily. All of a sudden, he was around third and pulled up. Oh, whether he missed third base or hurt his leg, Ron.
Well, I was watching Jr., and it looked like to me that he may have missed third base when he made a lunge at the bag, and then as he rounded the bag, then he had to put on the brakes. Look at it one more time to see if we can see it on the screen. There goes a sharp ground ball back up the middle. Now we can't see it on that particular shot right there because Junior's already by the bag.
So really the Angels get a break, and instead of the Mariners leading, it's tied 1-1, and Buhner fouling it back.
You know, all of Jay's home runs this year, it's surprising that he has hit 27 of his 39 home runs on the road and only 12 here at the Kingdome. You would think it would be a higher number than that, especially in this ballpark that's not very large.
One-on-one.
Any way you look at it, 39 home runs in a season, still a lot of home runs. I don't care what the size of the ballpark is.
Yes, indeed. The next one will be 40. That's a little outside. Ball 2, 2-1. He will become one of only 10 men to have hit 40 home runs in 3 consecutive years. Seattle Mariners are the greatest home run hitting club of all time. That's 258 for the team, 40 for Buhner. 3 RBIs for Buhner to give him 109, and the Mariners, more importantly, take a 4-1 lead. My, oh my, what a shot for Buhner. It was in the upper deck.
That ball was crushed. Jay has hit probably some home runs a little bit farther. I don't know that he's hit one any harder.
So Jay getting embraces from his teammates, and look at this baby fly away. He just took the walk. That's way back there, and let's wait and see what we get. 484 feet on the Buhner's mammoth flash. And there's the Kingdome, as J. Buhner has joined Babe Ruth, Jimmy Fox, Ralph Kiner, Eddie Matthews, Ted Kluszewski, Duke Snyder, Ernie Banks, Harmon Killebrew, and Frank Howard as the only men to hit 40 home runs in 3 consecutive years. So congratulations, Bone. You made number 40 unforgettable. There's There's a shot right to the third baseman off the bat of Dan Wilson. And that shall retire the side as Alicea makes the catch. But bombs away here in the first inning, and historic home run by Buhner. After one, the Mariners 4, Angels 1 to the second after this word from Southwest Airlines. Wow, was that ball crushed.
Yeah, I'll be leaving on the 18th. Sometime in the morning, back on the 21st. And what's the last flight out? Oh, what's the one before that? Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and book that one.
You know, Dad, this isn't brain surgery.
Now, Southwest Airlines gives you the freedom to plan and purchase your flight online. It's so easy. Even a grown-up can do it.
Now all you need is the confirmation number. Can I go play now?
You are now free to move about the country.
From Oliver Stone comes a movie about sex,
Here, I made you all hot and sweaty.
murder,
Would you kill her? Kill him. Kill her.
betrayal,
You think you can take the money and dump me?
and everything else that makes life worth living.
You think bad, then bad's what you get.
Sean Penn, Jennifer Lopez, and Nick Nolte. U-Turn.
Is everybody in this town on drugs?
Rated R. Opens everywhere October 3rd.
Baseball. It's been said it's the only perfect game. Rich in a tradition of colorful characters and countless images you could miss on a little TV. But not anymore. At Magnolia Hi-Fi, buy any Mitsubishi big screen, VCR, audio or home theater system and pay nothing for 12 months. Because when it comes to baseball, in all its splendor, you don't want to miss a thing. Mitsubishi at a Magnolia Hi-Fi near you.
Lots of ice-cold stuff is on sale this summer at AM/PM. Don't forget your shoes. Right now, buy a 44-ounce fountain drink and get a corn dog for 49 cents at AM/PM.
Well, here is Ricky Henderson now to lead it off in the second inning, taking a strike on the inside corner, and Henderson has gone into a tailspin, baby. He is 6 for his last 57, hitting 105. Baseball's all-time stolen base leader. He swiped 1,231 of them, and he's in the hole 0-2. The Angels run a puny home run by Edmonds. It bounced off the top of the wall, off the back wall and back in. The Mariners, they got a home run from Buhner that you could slice up 5 times and still have 5 home runs. 484 feet. J.Buhner.
Big unit with that good concentration. Comes right back with that fastball on the inside corner. There's no question about that being a strike, as Henderson could not pull the trigger, and he continues to struggle.
One strike on Garrett Anderson. Buhner in September of last year, almost an anniversary. September 26th went into the upper deck off Dave Tailgater of the Oakland Athletics. Garrett Anderson all of a sudden down to 2 strikes. J.Buhner. He's been a Seattle icon ever since his arrival on the Seattle scene. A swing and a miss. And Garrett Anderson has a seat. Luis Alicea will be the hitter.
Look at that last pitch. 3 pitches and out. You can see Garrett Anderson just waving at that pitch. Really didn't come that close to Anderson there to Randy Johnson's pitch. 2 strikeouts in the game for Randy.
And here is Alicea. says that slider got the inside corner.
Look at the strikeout leaders.
Roger Clemens has 11 strikeouts tonight. Ground ball back up the middle, just under A-Rod's glove. There's a second hit. Although Baltimore beat Toronto 3-2, Roger Clemens had 11 strikeouts.
Here's that pitch one more time, right back up the middle. Just beyond the reach of Alex Rodriguez. Randy, in his last outing, gave up 10 hits. But when he needed to reach back and get a little extra, he had it.
Here's Chad Kruder. It more and more looks like it will be Baltimore. The Mariners will be playing if they clinch. Baltimore beat Roger Clemens and Toronto tonight 3-2, while Cleveland beat the Yankees 10-9. Thus, the magic number for Baltimore is 2, was 4. High and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Mariners, a win tonight, and the race in the West is over. And a strike on the inside corner to Chad.
Look at this last pitch by the big unit. Fastball, thigh high. Here it is. Hit it if you can.
One big step back, almost too late for Alicea.
Well, they got to keep an eye on him. He looked like he may have slipped. Tore up a great big chunk of dirt out there at the edge of the carpet. But Alicea has 20 stolen bases.
Time next week, the playoffs will be underway. I think a couple of National League playoffs on a week from today, Tuesday. And right down the middle, and Randy Johnson strikes out the side here in the second inning. Gives up a 2-out base hit to Luis Alicea. 1 left, coming back. Flowers, Sheets, and Joey Cora, but the Mariners up 4-1.
Edgar is our DH, and in between at bats, he does a lot of little things.
Now, that's a good grip.
Things fans don't always notice. Little things that help the ball club.
The square root of 16 is 4.
Thanks, Edgar.
That's Edgar.
We want 18 pizzas, 9 with pepperoni.
And it's what makes him the quiet leader he is.
Yes, we have a coupon.
The 97 Mariners. You gotta love these guys.
At Eagle Hardware's garden department, we not only have 2,500 fresh plants delivered every day, we also have some highly trained specialists to keep them fresh until you take them home.
Where'd you get that dumb thing?
Edgar made it for me. Hey, Edgar, works great.
You're welcome, Jay.
Everything you need for your garden and some things you probably don't. Eagle Hardware and Garden. More of everything.
Get your yard ready for winter with Evergreen Winterizer. Apply now for a healthy and attractive yard next season. Evergreen Winterizer at Eagle.
So, you want to see my Discover Card statement?
I am very, very prissy. I love to be pampered. I go have my hair done. I love to go have my nails done, have pedicures, manicures. My biggest weakness would have to be shoes. Cashback bonus award really floats my boat.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
I am definitely a shopaholic.
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Motel 6 is renovating all across America. You'll find free local calls, morning coffee, so much new stuff we had to speed things up just to fit it all in. I'm Tom Bodette for the new Motel 6, and
we'll leave the light on for you. Downer Baseball on Fox Sports Northwest is brought to you by Safeway, who invites you to play $1 Million Baseball Magic. By your Northwest Ford dealers, home of 5 of the top 10 sellers in America again. And by Magnolia Hi-Fi, the nation's most award-winning consumer electronics dealer. This is Dave Niehaus with Ron Fairley. Mike Flowers leading it off here in the second inning. Andy Sheets to follow, and then Joey Cora. Long ball time for J.Buhner, and the first inning is 40th of the year. And second time he's been in the upper deck in the left field in his career. Almost a year ago to the day he did it. 1-1. There's a gentleman with the baseball, and I know that J.Buhner wants that baseball, sir.
Looked like that's about 5 rows back in the second deck.
I hope somebody goes up there and lets him know that Jay'd be happy to swap something for it. 40 home runs, 3 consecutive years. Two and two.
Well, that's trotting around the bases quite a few times, isn't it?
Yeah, he's on his way to 300 too, Ronnie, before his career is over. He's what, 252 now?
252. Oh yeah, Jay's I'm sure gonna go beyond that. But boy, I tell you what, 3 years in a row hitting 40 or more, that's select company.
Full count on Flowers. Alan Watson's given him 36 home runs. Flowers, a line drive to left center field and flying over, making the catch, Jimmy Edmonds. Jimmy Edmonds out there in center field has been a highlight reel this year.
Yes, he has. At that time, Flowers hit the ball too hard. Ball had too much carry to it. Flowers got the fat part of the bat on it. That ball just seemed to hang out there long enough to allow Edmonds to come in and make the catch about knee high.
Andy Sheets. The breaking ball on the inside corner, 0-1. More and more, it looks like Russ Davis is not going to be ready for the playoffs. It's not definite. Been taking batting practice and fielding practice, but it hurts him to run. Badly sprained ankle. He's having a heck of a year. Barely missed inside.
There's the 40 home run guy.
Jamie Moyer, who is scheduled to pitch tomorrow night, chatting with him. And a line shot one hopper off the chest of Hollins, but Dave recovers and takes it to the bag. 2 away.
See Dave over there using that same approach as he did when he played at third base. Get your body in front of it, knock it down. You can always toss it to the pitcher covering if necessary. Not afraid to get his body in front of it. Look at it one more time. Ball hit sharply by Sheets. And then Dave just getting his belly button right in front of it. Not afraid of the ball at all.
Joey Cora let it off with a base hit. And scored on Alex Rodriguez. Line shot up the middle.
Dave, you were mentioning about Jamie Moyer pitching tomorrow. Should the Mariners win this game tonight, I'm not too sure what Lou will do with Moyer, whether he will start or whether he'll just give him some rest and give him a tune-up maybe in a day or two.
Moyer's father-in-law, Digger Phelps, the ex-Notre Dame basketball coach, is here tonight. And that's pulled into the stands. Edmonds, and that shall retire the side here in the second inning. 3 up and 3 down. The Sarcina, Phillips, and Jim Edmonds for Anaheim coming back after 2, 4-1 Maryland.
It's here. It's hot. It's pennant fever. The Angels.
He robs him of another home run.
The M.
It will fly into the upper deck.
It's the final showdown for the division crown when Gold Glove favorites take it to the limit.
He makes the catch.
Mariner pennant fever.
And this crowd is going nuts.
Game 2, tomorrow at 7 on Fox Sports Northwest.
Hi, this is John from Gateway Mitsubishi. You ever notice how some dealers don't seem to think the sticker prices are quite high enough? How they seem to think you might not notice the additional dealer markup of $3,000 or sometimes as much as $4,000? Well, here at Gateway, we know how hard you work for your money, and at Gateway, we don't have additional dealer markup, ever. We understand the new car prices are already high enough, and in fact, at Gateway, we sell more new Mitsubishis for less every day. That's Gateway Mitsubishi, Portland's largest selection and lowest prices. If it doesn't say Gateway, you paid too much.
Hey, Vern, I've just got one word for you, Vernon. One word. Pontiacs, Buicks, and GMC trucks. And Weston and Gresham has got them wall to wall. Dream machines. La creme de la creme. Know what I mean? A big selection, Vern, all priced to sell. And Vern, if Weston ain't got it, you don't need it. Vern, my hands, Vern.
Weston's, 225th and Stark in Gresham.
Catch Junior bringing him home all season long on Fox Sports Northwest.
Well, Lou's Crew's made a lot of dreams come true so far this year, and hopefully we've got about a month to go before it comes to an end. As we go to the third inning of play with the Mariners leading at 4-1, the big unit. Gary DiSarcina fouls Randy's pitch back into the stands down the right field line. 1-1. It's an old saying about ball clubs at this particular time of the year. A week to go, 5 games to go, 6 games to go, 7 games to go. And I heard it again tonight. 1-1 pitch, one hopper hit to third, and Cheek throws him out. But one of the Angels people came up to me, and knowing the handwriting on the wall, said, Dave, you know what? Said, yeah, what? You know, another 6 games and we can pick our own friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you would. Everybody for 7 months out of the year. Tony Phillips takes high, ball 1.
Boy, isn't that the truth? You get to hanging around the same guys, and you end up having, now the Angels have had a good year. I mean, nobody picked the Angels to be in contention. So in that regard, then they've had a pretty good year. But just imagine playing on a last place team, and you're looking around and seeing the same guys all the time. And some guys you like, some guys you don't.
Yeah, that man there's done a heck of a job.
Yeah, he has.
Terry Collins. 2-1.
And you're right. You get down and you say, 6 more games. 5 more games. And I don't have to look at you guys anymore. I'm out of here.
Not until February. 2-1. Well, when this man got into a problem with the law, things started chipping away at the Angels. Chuck Finley went down. Mark Langston went down. Jr. backpedaling to make the relatively easy catch on Tony Phillips' drive to center field.
Center fielder, 25, Jim Edmonds.
And Jimmy Edmonds will be the hitter. Edmonds the home run in the first. That home run was not as easy for me to call as J.Buhner's was.
Well, the ball, you know, is very deceiving because it didn't clear the fence. Look at Edmonds.
Oh,
after hitting a home run, wasn't too sure about Randy. I think he said, you can have that pitch.
A little inside.
Edmonds, a lot of times, will use that flat-footed swing. No stride, just swing the bat. Maybe pick the foot up, set it right back down.
Edmonds got a hanging slider that time. I think that's what he's kind of smiling at. Here comes some smoke, I'll bet you. Let's see. Or will it be the slider? It'll be the slider in the dirt.
Aren't too many left-hand hitters that feel really that comfortable hitting off a big unit.
Right back through the wickets. So Jim Edmonds, 2 for 2. And Timmy Salmon will be the hitter.
Designated hitter, number 15, Tim Salmon.
Salmon putting together another fine season. He has a career high in RBIs. He's hit 30 or more home runs the last 3 straight seasons. This guy's a good ball player.
Salmon yesterday taking a tour of the Boeing Everett plant. .747 put together. 1-1. You ever done that?
Yes, I have. I have gone through that plant. Mighty impressive.
Yes. 1-2.
Also mighty impressed with the people that work for Boeing. Top-notch people.
One ball and 2 strikes the count on Timmy Salmon. High-octane stuff that's just fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes. Randy Johnson is not that much on a pitch count tonight. He's not going to throw 150 pitches. But he's not on a 80, 90, 100 pitch count.
For some reason, when you have a guy out there who throws real hard, you feel like you have to swing harder. A lot of times, when you get a guy on the mound that is a real good fastball pitcher like Randy Johnson, you think up there at the plate, to counter that, as a hitter, you have to swing harder. That's not true. All you have to do is be quick. Obviously, you have to be a little quicker than a pitcher that doesn't throw nearly as hard. That time got in on the hands of Salmon.
showing his disgust that time after he threw that ball, and Salmon just got a piece of it. He really barked at himself. He thought he had that ball by Salmon. Slider. Almost. Like a heck of a try.
Well, there's 5 pitches fouled off by Salmon. You know, if Randy Johnson had a split finger, I think it'd be illegal. When it'd be absolutely unfair. Well, it's not really fair right now with the way he can dominate some hitters with a fastball and that slider that he throws. But if he had that third pitch, a real good changeup, he would pitch 8 or 9 no-hitters a year.
Backhanded by Blowers, and he'll say, I'll take it to the bag myself. And he does. So here in the third, finally the battle is won by Randy Johnson. 1 hit, 1 left, 4-1 Mariners.
Play $1 Million Baseball Magic. Win $1 million or $300 in Visa Travelers checks from Seafirst Bank. An RCA 25-inch stereo.
Delighted to have you with us on what the Mariners hope will be pennant clinching day, or pennant clinching night here at the Kingdome, as they have the 4-1 lead, and Roberto Kelly leads it off and takes the delivery a little bit high from Alan Watson. Kind of, I didn't want to do it. Swing and a fine running catch by Chad Gruden. Way up. Halfway through his swing.
Hey, we talked about pitchers standing on the mound. Now some pitchers will stand on one side of the mound or the other. I noticed that Alan Watson stands on the extreme first base side. In fact, when he delivers the ball to plate, only his heel may be touching the rubber. That's how far to the first base side of the rubber that he gets. Now, right now, he's okay, but when he starts to wind up, he steps even a little bit farther away and has just barely his heel touching the rubber. Perfectly legal, but different angle when he releases it when the ball comes to the plate.
A little bit low and inside to Junior. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Same spot, 2-0. No, Junior has not hit a home run off Watson. MVP chant in the background. Way outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
You know, combining Griffey and Buhner, they've hit 95 home runs this year. That is 3rd on the all-time duo home run list for a single season.
That's low. 4 pitches. Junior at first base. Edgar Martinez hit a ground ball to first. That sent Cora and Junior to 3rd and 2nd. Back in the 1st inning. Again, are witnessing one of the great offensive clubs in baseball history. They have already hit more home runs than anybody. 258. yesterday, the home run. The Mariners have hit 500 home runs in the last 2 years. It took them 4.5 years in the early going to get to 500 home runs. They've done it in 2 years. That sign, yes, NL no. In response to realignment possibilities coming up by the 15th of October. 2-0, good hitter's pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strike.
Threw Edgar that pitch that he got him out with the first time up on the 3-2 pitch. Tried it on that 2-0 pitch, and Edgar laid off of it this time. Dave, you're seeing about the 258 home runs that the Mariners have hit this year, and 503 home runs the last 2 years.
Green one.
The old record for consecutive years was 1963 and 64, the Minnesota Twins, where they hit 446 home runs back-to-back seasons. The Mariners went right on by that in a hurry, didn't they? They shattered that record.
Change that time. He threw him a 3-1 change that came in and over.
Take a look at this last pitch from the left-hander. Backing off that pitch in death, dropping it into the strike zone. Might have been a breaking ball, curveball.
Fastball, foul. Cap Harris up and throwing. Behind Watson now here in the third inning. Ground ball, double play ball. Sarcina steps on the bag, goes to first base, and that will be that. Here in the third inning. Coming back, Hollins, Ricky Henderson, and Aaron Anderson, and it's 4-1 Mariners.
Flying to the Bay Area for
West is brought to you by Tulalip Casino, just for the fun of it. By Eagle Hardware and Garden, more of everything. And by your friendly Northwest Dodge dealer. This is Dave Niehaus with Ron Fairley. Moving into the fourth inning of play, the Mariners up by 3 on the mammoth home run by J.Buhner, his 40th. And the club's 258th. In the first inning, it was upper deck left field. Broken bat, ground ball. That is fair. The ball's foul.
Once again, somebody getting into the kitchen of one of the hitters. Boy, it is dangerous to have that bat fly in the air like that. That pointed, sharp bat spinning in the air like that. See Alex making sure that bat giving it plenty of room, but look at the swing. And that's getting sawed off at the plate.
Dave Hollins, we were talking about hitting streaks last night, and I'd ask you about your longest hitting streak, 16, 17 games, something like that. Dave Hollins is a good hitter, and he is in a career high hitting streak. And it's only 10 games. Low and outside.
Why it's so amazing what DiMaggio did years ago, a 56-game hitting streak, and guys have had 40 or 30-game hitting streaks. Gotta have a lot of things go your way. Ted Williams did not have a very long hitting streak because he ended up having too many base on balls. He walked twice a game, and then he only had really 2 at-bats that he had a chance to get a hit.
That's foul ball. Andy Sheets from LSU. Filling in over third base. Not usually a third baseman. Had him on a pregame radio show yesterday. He's not really that comfortable over there, but doing a pretty good job. I got to learn to get in front of the ball more. 2-2 on Mr. Holland. Hollins is one of those who's played in both leagues. Ron, you played a lot in both leagues. Is it more fun to play in one league than another?
No, not when you're in the major leagues. And if you're on a good ball club, it doesn't make any difference. You have a lot of fun.
So Randy Johnson with his 4th strikeout. And here's Ricky. Final homestand of the regular season, and you won't want to miss out on the fun here at the Dome. The Mariners host the Angels again tomorrow at 7:35. And good seats are still available. Tickets, you call 622-HITCH or stop by any Ticketmaster Ticket Center. Ricky backing away from the delivery inside.
I think you have more fun when you play on championship teams. I mean, that's what just about every one of the players and the athletes want to do anyway.
You know, it's almost gotten to the point, and in my way of thinking anyway, where one pitch low and inside, you're going to have the minimum salary, about 3 years, be $200,000, where you're not playing for money anymore anyway.
Well, that's right. Well, it's the pride of wearing a World Series ring and going to the big dance.
3-1. By that, of course, you're playing for money.
Well, yeah.
But, I mean, not to keep the wolf off the porch.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many guys have to get jobs during the winter?
3-2. Garrett Anderson is next.
When you stop to consider what they get from the Players Association in spring training from the revenue of the players, the World Series money, then your salary, you're making outstanding money.
Got it. That's 5. Twice for Ricky Henderson. So, Randy Johnson 9 away from the 2000 club.
And that had some cheese on it, didn't it? That was the Express. That wasn't the local at all. When the big unit rears back and has the leverage that he does, when he brings that ball to the plate, look at that fastball right there. I wish we had a camera that was close enough where you could really appreciate it as to how fast he really throws. So that same pitch again.
That was a slider, and one of the weaker swings you'll ever see from Garrett Anderson. So that's the second inning in the last 3 that Randy Johnson has struck out the side. He did it in the second. He's done it here in the 4th, and he has a half a dozen strikeouts. So we'll come back. And when we do, Rodriguez, Buhner, and Wilson will be up. The Mariners are up 4-1. To have you with us. It's been great to have you with us all year long here on Fox Sports Northwest as the Mariners try and make this a memorable season. Step number one is to get into the playoffs, and they are just about to do that here tonight as the Mariners shortstop Alex Rodriguez takes the slider on the inside corner for a strike. A-Rod had 1 RBI, probably should have had 2, as Ken Griffey Jr. stumbled a little bit coming around the bag at third, and Alex spun around a little bit that time by Alan Watson.
See the reactions of Alex spinning back out of the way.
Fly ball into the gap in right center field, and nobody's going to get to that. And Alex Rodriguez will round second and head to third, baby. Throw to third is not in time, and that was all guts. That was all. I am going to make a triple out of a double. He was mad about that high inside fastball. That's a normal double, and Alex Rodriguez just gripped his teeth and said, I am going to make it 3, and he did.
Dave, I think he made his mind up that he was going to go to third just before he got to first base. Now there goes Alex right there, and all of a sudden he said, wait a minute, this ball's going to fall in. Edmonds can't get to it. I'm going to go for 3. Right there, look at him go. He hits that back. He had already made up his mind he was going to head to third.
And a close play. The infield will come up for Buhner now. The fastball for a strike on the inside corner. On the outside corner. So 0-2 the count. That's way high and outside. Al's Auto Supply presents whatever it takes. Great efforts in Mariner baseball. Certainly one of them here tonight. J.Buhner's 40th home run into the upper deck. That's not only setting number 40 for him, but a new major league record for a team, the Seattle Mariners, 258. A little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jay now with 109 runs driven in. Talking about Jay hitting 40 home runs. He's driven in over 100 runs again.
Edgar Martinez has driven in over 100 runs again. So quickly 0-2. The count is 3-2. Dan Wilson is on deck. High ball 4. That's a heck of a bat.
Well, we talked about Jay, 40 home runs, over 100 RBIs. Well, he has over 100 base on balls. Second time that a Mariner has had 100 runs scored, 100 RBIs, and 100 base on balls. Edgar has done it the last 3 consecutive years.
Here comes Latch. Marcel Latchman, the pitching coach of the Anaheim Angels. We're going to get some action down in the bullpen one more time for Anaheim. Dan Wilson, a pretty good contact hitter. Get a line drive right to Alicea at third base.
Yeah, once again, Pep Lee getting up and down the bullpen. Second time he's been up, getting loose. Wouldn't take long to get him in the ball game.
Ball getting away from down the bullpen. All Wilson has to do is make contact and keep it away from third to the pitcher. He's got to run. Double play will even score a run here.
You know, they had the infield drawn in with Buhner up there at the plate with the runner at third. Now the Mariners get a runner at first. They're going to go play back and play for the double play ball and concede that run at third.
2 balls and no strikes. The Mariners here in the fourth with runners at the corners are mixing an elixir which may just slay the Angels early in this game if they can get them going. Play a little first and third with them. 2-0 to count. A great hitter's pitch. It's high, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
Let him hit. Let him hit. You're ahead 4-1. A game of this importance. Yeah, you're going to let him hit 3-1. Might as well let him hit 3-0. When they give you the hit sign 3-0, that doesn't mean that you have to swing at it. Swing at it if that's the pitch that you want to hit.
Nobody throwing in the bullpen down there. Now F. Harris is going to get back up. Watson hasn't thrown a good fastball to Wilson. 3-1. There's one.
And it was a good one because you had that fastball by Dan. Look at that swing one more time by Dan. As Watson had that fastball, it snuck right on by him.
Got him. Man, that's some pretty good pitching, Mr. Watson. Pretty good pitching from 3-0 to striking him out on 3 pitches.
Boy, he came back with a great changeup, low and outside. Took something off this pitch. Well, it might not have been a strike. But when it came out of his hand, Dan Wilson read fastball, but then had him fooled.
So that's a big out. Mike Blowers hit the ball right on the button, but Edmonds chased it down in left center field in the second inning. And that slider is inside. $52,884, and the Mariners are just nudging $3 million. They'll go over $3 million tomorrow. The 10th sellout for the Mariners this year. $52,884. Colorado leading the Giants 5-3. Dodgers, they and the Padres are tied 2-2. Well, what has happened to the Dodgers?
I think they ran out of gas, didn't they?
That's a big credit. Charles Johnson home run up there just may have been the one that broke the back.
That might have.
Inside corner. 1-2. There it is. Dodgers 6 games left. Giants 5 games left.
I think everybody in the league knows that Blowers likes the ball out over the plate. I wouldn't be a bit surprised right here to see Watson come back inside with hard stuff on Blowers, trying to strike him out or pop the ball up in the infield.
And that's on the outside corner. So runners at first and third, nobody out. Now runners at first and third, 2 out.
Take a look at the reactions of this pitch just on the outside corner, and Flowers having something to say with Jim McKean, the home plate umpire.
Andy Sheets. Well, it turned out well overnight. Andy Sheets. The Mariners don't score here if that happens. They psychologically all of a sudden turn a light bulb on for Anaheim, letting them back into the ball game.
I think that's a big run down there.
One and one. And just missing. I think it's pretty much a rule of thumb for any regular manager that he doesn't really start to feel comfortable in a ball game until he gets a grand slam home run or more away from the opponents. In other words, 4 or 5 runs.
Yeah, I think the magic number is 5 because that prevents a grand slam from tying you.
Shot, one hopper hit to third, and it's fielded by Alice. Some pretty fancy pitching by Mr. Watson, sir. Yes, indeed. Leadoff triple goes for Knott. No runs. 1 hit, 2 left to the 5th. Still 4-1.
Whether you search the whole... In Cleveland, the Tribe trailed the Yankees at 1.92, but Sandy Alomar's run-scoring single in the bottom of the 9th gave the Tribe a dramatic 10-9 win, and they win the AL Central.
This is Luis Alicea taking the Johnson strike, leading it off here in the 5th inning. Randy Johnson, 6 strikeouts. Struck out the side in the 2nd, struck out the side last inning in the 4th. One and one.
Right now, Lou would like to see Randy go back and put up another 0 here in the inning. Mariners certainly had their chance in their half of the inning to come up with 1 more run after that leadoff triple by Alex Rodriguez, but couldn't score. But now, the Angels think they've got out of a big inning, would like to get back in the game and score at least 1 here. It's up to Randy to shut the door off.
Mike Flowers makes the call. With 1 down, Chad Kruger, the catcher, will be the hit. And that's going to drop for a base hit into right field. Jr. will play it on a hop, so Chad Kruger has the 4th hit. This Friday, of course, that's always a great night. Final week of the season, usually on a Friday. It's going to be on a Friday this year again. Fan Appreciation Night. The Mariners meeting the Oakland A's, and you could win great prizes, including authentic Mariners jerseys, autographed items, and more, plus everybody receiving a team photo, courtesy of the Seattle Times and J.C. Penny. So be sure to get here early for all the spectacular pregame excitement starting at 6:30. That's Fan Appreciation Night, Friday night.
Doesn't figure that Chad Kruger is going to try to steal, so you have Flowers play behind him at first base. DiSarcina, though, may hit one down that direction. So you'd like the first baseman to play a little bit behind the runner and give him a little bit more time to field the ground ball, playing a little deeper, chance to cover a little bit more ground.
One and two. These two clubs have split it 10 games so far this year, 5-5. Could be two. Alex will take it to the bag and then throw to first two, and that will be that here in the fifth. Rick Riz will be with you. Coming back in the bottom half of the fifth inning. A nice little double play ball served up by Randy Johnson. No problem for A-Rod to quickly step on the bag and get him at first. 4.5 gone, and it's still 4-1 Mariners.
Okay, sir, here's the deal. Your Ford
Sports Northwest is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft reminds you it's time for a good old macro brew. By Al's Auto Supply, doing whatever it takes. And by the Boeing Company. 52,000 plus tonight here in the Kingdome. The Mariners lead Anaheim by a score of 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Hello again, everybody. Rick Riz along with Ron Fairley. J.Buhner with a mighty big home run, a Major League record 258 for the ball club. Randy Johnson, well, Randy Johnson being the big unit.
That home run that Jay hit, that was a cheap home run. He hit it clear up there in those cheap seats.
Did he ever? Joey Cora, speaking of home runs, hit one in last night's win down in Oakland. Line drive down the left field line, but foul. And the count is even on Cora, and 1-1. Get the feeling that this is going to be a very special night in the history of this franchise, but we still have a little ways to go. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning.
I think the beauty if the Mariners can win tonight is that it'll allow Lou the luxury of being able to get his pitching staff set to play the Baltimore Orioles. Then again, they have to win tonight.
On the inside corner for strike two, 2-2 on Joey. Cora is 1 for 2 with that big single in the first inning that started the fireworks.
Yeah, I don't think Lou wants to extend this clinching thing until the weekend.
There's a line single to center field. Joey with another base hit. Leading off the bottom of the fifth inning. Oh, you're right, Red. Lou would have a chance to rest some of the regulars, give J.Buhner a day off, and Joey Cora. These guys have played hard all season long. They have had their aches and pains, but they've been in there just about every day. Edgar Martinez as well. Dan Wilson had the chance to take a breather prior to the playoffs and set up the starting rotation. Jamie Moyer goes tomorrow night. 1 on and nobody out for left fielder Roberto Kelly. Roberto is 0 for 2. He has popped up to the catcher and flied out to Edmonds in center field. Strike one.
Well, since Kelly has come over to the Mariners, he has done everything that Lou Piniella has really hoped that this guy could do for him. He's played well in the outfield, and he certainly has had a lot of key base hits.
Yeah, 2 home runs the other night down in Texas. Diving catch, Alisei at third. What a play. Robbing Kelly of an extra base hit. Luis Alisei flying to his right to make a great catch.
Well, here's one for the hot corner. He nails this ball. Great reaction by Alisei down there in third. And quickly getting to his feet, checking to see if Cora might have gotten off too far at first to try to double him off. And now all the eyes of everybody in the Kingdome is on number 24.
To see if he can hit number 56. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored and walked his last time up in the third. Strike. Jr. 2 home runs last night down in Oakland. That first one was that line drive that was just fair. A little bit of a controversial home run down the right field line. The second one, no doubt about it, that was fair, Red.
Well, yeah. Center field.
Outside, ball one ball and one strike. He hit that battleship in straightaway center field at the Oakland Coliseum. What a year for Griffey. 55 home runs, leads the major leagues this season. One ahead of Big Mac, Mark McGwire.
See Jr. up there just kind of stalking pitchers.
Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. Alan Watson worked out of a mighty big jam in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mariners had runners at first and third with nobody out and still couldn't score.
Right now, Griffey and Jr., as we have pointed out, have hit 94 home runs this year. The all-time record, of course, was Mantle and Maris in 1961 when they hit combined 115. Ruth and Gehrig in 1927 combined to hit 107. But Buhner and Griffey are third on the all-time list at 95.
Big swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the 5th inning. Third strikeout for Alan Watson. 2 down. Brings up designated hitter Edgar Martinez. Edgar is 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice, once into a double play his last time up in the 3rd. Mariners trying to clinch their 2nd West Division title in the last 3 years. They did it the first time against this ball club. October the 2nd, 1995, in that 1-game playoff. Randy Johnson against Mark Langston. Throw to first base, and Corey gets back. That was something.
You know, that I don't know whether the city can get that excited again.
That was a love affair.
Yeah, I don't know that a city can get that turned on again about the baseball game.
Down the line, but foul, well hit, but way over into foul territory. 0-1 in Edgar. They're going to go crazy. They're going to have fun.
Unless they do that same kind of thing to win the World Series.
That would do it.
And that would do it.
And this is a ball club that Woody Woodward, his front office, and Lou Piniella have put together that can get there. They have the starters that can get there. The improved bullpen with the addition of Tinlin, Slocum, Spoljaric, with the way that Bobby Ayala has pitched. Strike 2 on Edgar, 0-2.
Well, you know, I look at any one of the teams that are going to be in the playoffs, and when you get in the playoffs, I don't know whether the best team always wins, because I think Baltimore has shown in the American League maybe they have the best team, but doesn't mean that they're going to win it.
The team that wins is the team that plays.
That's right. That's right.
For that 5-game series, that's exactly what the Mariners did in that 1-game playoff against Anaheim, California then, and the series against the Yankees.
When you get down to the final 4 teams, all 4 of those teams are good. I mean, they're really good.
Fouled away by Edgar. Still 0-2.
But one of those teams, obviously, there's going to be one team that's the best. Baltimore has the best record. So right now, I guess based on that alone, you say Baltimore has the best. They've got a great bullpen and everything. But they're not playing well right now.
No. They've really struggled over the last few weeks.
They're not playing well.
They're kind of limping to the East Division title. They won today while the Yankees lost, so they now have a 4-game lead in the East over New York. Throw to first base, and Joey Corey gets back.
Well, that's not to suggest that when they get in the playoffs that they win every game. Yeah, that they won't play well. But right now they're not playing that well. The Yankees have had their problems, although here recently they're starting to play better. So's Cleveland.
Again, the 0-2 to Edgar. Outside for a ball, 1-2. Here's the standings in the East after tonight's activity, with Baltimore winning, the Yankees losing. The Orioles now have a 4-game lead over New York. And the Orioles have only 5 more games, and so do the Yankees. Fly ball into shallow center field. Edmonds coming up, and he reaches down to make the catch for out number 3. This guy could really go get him. Jimmy Edmonds, a nice running catch, and that's it for the Mariners in the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Mariners lead the Angels 4-1. We'll head to the 6th after this word from Southwest Airlines.
Season long on Fox Sports Northwest.
Say, friends, the Mariners take on the Oakland A's in the final week of the regular season at the Kingdome beginning on Friday with Fan Appreciation Night. There's going to be great prize giveaways throughout the game, and the first 50,000 fans receive a team photo courtesy of the Seattle Times and J.C. Penney. The series wraps up Sunday with Kids Appreciation Day presented by Pepsi. For tickets, call 622-HITS. Mariners lead the Angels 4-1, top of the 6th. Tony Phillips will lead things off. 0-1. When Randy Johnson and the Mariners beat the Angels in that one-game playoff 2 years ago, 9-1, Tony Phillips gave the Angels their only run in the 9th inning with a home run. Fastball, 0-2 on Phillips.
That was an excellent fastball. Tony, of course, likes to hit as far down in a crouch as he can possibly get.
Up and away, ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's going to be interesting to see how Randy goes the last 2, 3, or 4 innings that he's on the mound. Really, the good pitchers, and we have seen it so many times, their stuff seems like it gets better.
Check swing and a slider. Did he go? He did not. The appeal down to the first base umpire, John Hirschbeck.
Came close, but I don't think Phillips went. We've talked about this all year long. Is that a swing?
No.
No, I don't think that is.
Here's the 2-2 on the way. Fouled it off. Looked like Randy took a little off the pitch.
Yes, he did.
Still 2-2.
Doesn't throw very many changeups, as we said 2 or 3 innings ago. If Randy could develop a split finger or a real good changeup, he'd be illegal. I think that with the fastball and his slider that he has, if he had a changeup, he'd throw 8 or 9 no-hitters a year.
Fastball just misses away. Ball 3, full count, 3-2. Well, right now he has the best fastball in baseball and the best slider in baseball. On deck is center fielder Jimmy Edmonds. 4-1 lead. Randy peeks around that glove to get the sign. And time is called by Tony. Only 4 hits for the Angels. 1, the home run by Edmonds back in the first inning. Slider. Strike 3 called on the inside corner at the knees. Tony Phillips didn't like it at all from home plate umpire Jimmy McKean. And now McKean, with his mask off, yelling right back at Tony Phillips. Strikeout number 7 for Randy Johnson.
And I believe that Tony Phillips has been ejected from the game. Tony does not like anybody to call a strike on him anyway. If he takes it, he does not like it to have it be called a strike, whether it is or not. And this may be a close pitch. And Tony, who is very, very emotional anyway, is rung up. Let's see how close this pitch was.
It's a 3-2 slider down and in. And Jim McKean comes up with that right arm. So 1 out for the Angels here in the 6th inning. Brings up Jim Edmonds. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Edmonds 2 for 2 with a home run to left center and a single to center his last time up in the 3rd. The home run in the 1st. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. Tony Phillips still on the bench.
Look at this pitch one more time to Tony Phillips. Oh, that's a strike. Sorry, Tony.
Check swing, didn't go. This time the appeal down to the third base umpire, Jim Joyce. Ball 2 on Edmonds, 2-1. Mariners lead 4-1. Up and in, ball 3. 3-1 on Edmonds. Edmonds has been banged up this year. Randy has had a sore knee, a sore shoulder, a lot of injuries on this Angels ball club. Well hit ball deep to right center field. Gone. Goodbye baseball. Jim Edmonds with his 2nd home run of the ball game. for the year. He hit the home run to left center back in the first inning. Van throws the ball back onto the field. It's now the Mariners 4 and the Angels 2. The Angels offense tonight coming off the bat of Jim Edmonds.
Well, he has been hot. He now has 8 hits these last 16 at-bats, and he is playing long ball. Solo home runs tonight by Jim Edmonds.
Tim Salmon pops it up and out of play on the first base side, 0-1. I can't recall, Red, the last hitter to come away with 2 home runs in a game against Randy Johnson. Randy left the pitch a little bit up, and Jim Edmonds was all over it.
Well, there's only been 3 left-handed batters that have hit home runs off of Randy this year. Erstad, Vaughn, and Edmonds. And Edmonds now has a pair.
Low, ball 2, 2-1. Tim Salmon is hitless in 2 tries. He has flied out to Jr. in center.
This game's not over yet.
Still a ways to go. Top of the 6th inning. Mariners are looking for the clincher tonight. Ball 3, 3-1. This is Randy's 3rd start since missing 23 days with that tendonitis in his middle finger. He was on a pitch count his first 2 outings back. Strike on the inside corner at the knees. Full count on Salmon at 3-2. But I'm sure Lou will try to give Randy some more leeway in this game. Have him throw about 125, 130. Or more. Fouled away at the plate. Still 3-2.
Well, the way that Lou has his rotation set up is that if necessary, and you certainly hope it's not, then Randy Johnson would pitch the last day of the season on Sunday.
And it's Oakland. Hopefully he won't have to. I don't think he will. The 3-2 fouled away. Salmon had a long battle with Randy back in the 3rd. His last time up, he fouled away 5 pitches with 2 strikes before eventually grounded out to Mike Flowers at first base. Randy with 7 strikeouts in the ball game. The 3-2 pitch is popped up into shallow right field. Joey Cora going out. He's right there and makes the easy catch for out number 2. Mariners lead 4-2 after the home run by Edmonds here in the 6th inning. Brings up first baseman Dave Hollins. 52,884 tonight here in the Kingdom. And these folks are ready to party and have a good time after the ball game. Dave Hollins 0 for 2. Oh, ball 1. Angels had the off day yesterday here in Seattle, where the Mariners were down in Oakland beating the A's 4-2, and Jeff Facero had a job in those 6 1/3 innings to pick up his career high 16th win. Battled at times. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Manager Terry Collins has kept his ball club in the pennant race despite so many injuries this season. The biggest one to starting pitcher Chuck Finley.
I think Collins has done an excellent job.
Yeah.
You know, there were some people that said that, you know, come September that he has a tendency to get, you know, a little bit nervous and yeah, get you know, not as cool, not as you know, as thinking things through. But in talking with the people around the Angels, they say the month of September he's been outstanding.
Done a heck of a job with this ball club. Back to Randy Johnson, makes a nice play, and he gets Hollins at first base to retire the side. Nice play for Randy Johnson. The Angels get a run on the home run by Jim Edmonds. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Mariners 4, the Angels 2.
Hey, Ridge, get the cool on.
pastime. On May the 11th, way back in 1923, Pete Schneider of the Vernon Tigers came to bat 8 times, belting 5 home runs, 2 grand slams, and a double. His hits drove in 14 runs, amassed 22 total bases, and carried him across the plate 6 times. How about that? Not a bad day for Pete. Alex Rodriguez leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. Mariners lead the Angels 4-2. 1-1 the count on A-Rod. Alex is 2 for 2. RBI single, a run scored, and a triple. Ground ball back up the middle. DeSarcina's there, does a 360. Low throw, and Hollins cannot dig it out of the dirt. Great hustle again by Alex Rodriguez. Hopefully Alex is okay.
And he jammed his ankle.
Alex is way out there in the right field. Came up limping.
May have jammed his ankle at first base.
Oh, no.
Look at it one more time. Sharply hit ground ball back up the middle. DeSarcina's throw is going to be in the dirt. Let's see how. Does Alex lunge at the bag? There you have.
Fred, it looked like he hit the far side of the bag. He didn't hit the top of the bag at the front of the bag. Looks like he hits the back side of the bag with the side of the bag.
Hit the side of the bag, twisted his ankle.
Over. On. And there's going to be an error on the throw. If he's going along with us by the shortstop, DeSarcina, but hopefully Alex Rodriguez is all right. He says, I'm okay. Wow. A-Rod will stay in the ball game. An error on the throw by DeSarcina. 1 on and nobody out for J.Buhner. And still a little sore. You can see A-Rod wincing and a little bit of a pain. He wants to stay in this ball game.
I know there are some of the players that tape their ankles, and they tape their ankles specifically for plays like that, where you step in the bag and you might just twist your ankle a hair, but if you've got your ankle taped, you can help eliminate some damage.
J.Buhner takes outside, ball 1. That bag doesn't give either. Popped up and out of play on the first base side. 1-1 on Jay.
Jay had a pretty good pitch to hit that time. Well, he launched his first time up. 484 feet away from home plate.
Upper deck in left field down the line for his 40th home run. Now one of only 10 players to hit 40 or more home runs 3 consecutive seasons, and the first player to do it in 27 years. Off the leg of Watson to Alicea. Shovels to Phillips at second for an out on Alex Rodriguez. 1 away. J.Buhner had a rocket right off of the pitcher, Alan Watson. The ball took a bounce to Alicea at third base.
Well, certainly not a break for Watson as far as being hit with that line drive, but certainly a break defensively for the Angels. This is a base hit all the way. And you can see right here that hit right off of the foot, it looks like, of Watson.
1 on, 1 away. Watson will get a chance to.
I think that's the foot that he pushes off the rubber. His left foot.
Did he get a glove up and deflect the ball off the glove? Let's take a look at it one more time. Buhner hits a line drive right back at Watson. Does he get the glove up right there?
No, it hit him right in the look at him in the toe.
Yeah, it hit him. It hit him on the foot, but I was just wondering if he changed the angle of the ball as it hit the glove and came down and hit him on the foot. 1 on, 1 away. They get Alex in second base. Brings up catcher Dan Wilson. Now Watson says he's okay.
It's a big break for the Angels.
And 0 for 2. Ball 1.
Watson has pitched a heck of a game since the first inning. Mariners have had some chances to score, but they just have not been able to do it. once again, the Mariners continue to score their runs practically all year long via the long ball.
Low ball 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, you're right. 258 home runs, a major league record. It was established only a year ago when Baltimore hit 257. Mariners have relied on the long ball all season long. Strike 1, 2-1. Little chop out in front of the plate, picked up right away by Kruder, but it's a foul ball. Good idea by Kruder to try to get to it in fair territory, but called foul right away by home plate umpire Jim Keith. 2-2 on Dan.
See how close this comes to being a fair ball. Very close to being a fair ball.
One on, one away. Bottom of the 6th inning. Mariners lead 4-2. J.Buhner, the runner at first base. In the dirt. Good stop by Chad Kruder. Ball 3. Full count, 3-2.
Yeah, Kruder did something that we've seen Dan Wilson do all year long. That ball in the dirt, not only blocking it, but he caught it. Here's a ball that lands in front of home plate. See Kruder catching that ball, then quickly getting into a throwing position.
Popped up on the first base side. Over to take a look is Dave Hollins, but this one is back into the stands. Still 3-2 on and Wilson. Alan Watson has worked out of a few jams. He's thrown a heck of a lot of pitches. Red 110 already. We're only in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out.
Pitch count starting to get up there for both pitchers.
Fly ball into the gap in right field. Shallow, drops in, a base hit. Dan Wilson with a bloop single. Down to second goes J.Buhner. Mariners have had a base runner in every inning except the second. It's been a struggle for Alan Watson here in the opening game of the series.
Here's a little fister right off the hands of Dan Wilson. And it just drops into shallow right center field. And Buhner just taking his time going down to second base.
Once again, the Mariners with another scoring opportunity. Runners at first and second, 1 away for first baseman Mike Blowers.
See if Blowers can atone for his last time out.
Fly ball deep to center. Going back is Jimmy Edmonds to the warning track. Near the track, he makes the catch, and over to third base goes J.Buhner. Mike Blowers gave it a good ride to straightaway center field, but Jimmy Edmonds right near the edge of the warning track hauls it in for the second out. 2 on, 2 away for third baseman Andy Sheets. Andy 0 for 2. Brett, this kid has come up from AAA Tacoma. He's played an integral role on this ball club with Russ Davis on the shelf with that bad ankle. This kid has played well.
But Lou has given a couple of guys the opportunity down there. He's given Brent Gates a chance to play. He's given Andy Sheets. And the way the Mariners have been going here the last 2-3 weeks, Lou says, hey, give me a guy that maybe has a little bit better range down there defensively. They're both going to hit about the same. But give me somebody down there that maybe a little bit better hands, and I think I will opt for a little bit better defense.
4-2 lead. And he takes a look at ball 1.
I know. In talking with Lou, he says, you know what, Andy Sheets is hitting average-wise more than we thought he was going to hit. But then again, we thought he was going to feel a little bit better down there at third than what he has. So that's the kind of the good and the bad.
A strike, 1-1 on Andy.
He can certainly help out with a base hit right here.
Lou Piniella working on that bubble gum.
Last time up, Sheets hit the ball hard right at Alisea.
Made a nice play to retire the side in the 4th inning when the Mariners had runners at 1st and 3rd, nobody out, and couldn't score. Inside, backs him off the plate. Ball 2, 2-1.
Right now, I'm not too sure why Hollins is playing in at first base.
Yeah, with 2 outs. A lot of room on the right side of the infield with Hollins there, and Tony Phillips way over towards second base.
I can understand playing behind the runner, but not in front of the runner.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
One thing that Watson, I think, has done very, very effectively is that when he has been behind in the count and the Mariners are looking for the fastball, he's thrown that good straight changeup, and it's been very, very effective for him. And when the Mariners are starting looking for that breaking ball and something off speed, then he runs that fastball up there. So he's been very, very effective with that pitch tonight. Using the changeup.
The 2-2 to Andy. Fouled out of play on the first base side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, there you can see the effects of getting a changeup over the plate. Now he comes back with a fastball, and guys can't even hardly get around on it in time to hit the ball fair.
It's a little quicker.
Yeah, that's the effect that you have when you have a changeup for a strike. Now when the fastball comes in there, it's tough to hit.
2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 the count on Andy Sheets. Fouled away on the third base side. Still 2-2. Rosie Gilpin-Santizar, a little ball girl down the left field line. She's done a great job all season long. She was featured on This Week in Baseball last year. Young lady from Vashon Island. She loves her job. Good little artist. Mariners are very fortunate to have that young lady as one of the ball girls here at the Kingdom. Ground ball to D. Sarcina. He'll go to second to Tony Phillips for the force there on Dan Wilson, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Our score, the Mariners 4 and the Angels 2.
Whether you aim...
West is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines. By the Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. And by U.S. West X, your directory expert with more ways to find what you're looking for. Mariners are looking for one more win to clinch the West. They lead 4-2 over the Anaheim Angels, top of the 7th inning. Angels will send up Ricky Henderson, Garrett Anderson, and Luis Alisea against the big unit. The 2 runs for the Angels coming on a pair of home runs by Jimmy Edmonds. Ricky Henderson coming over from the San Diego Padres on August the 13th. Ball 1. He's had a rough time since coming over, hitting just 184. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. Ball 2.
Yeah, he's been in quite a slump. 6 for his last 59 at bats.
Strike on the inside corner, 2-1. This is the guy that a lot of clubs going for a pennant, going for a World Series have picked up. The Toronto Blue Jays, the Yankees, and a lot of pressure on Ricky coming over here to try to be the guy to try to turn things around for the Angels. Fly ball down the left field line. This one is a foul ball down the left field line. 2-2 on Henderson.
Well, you know, for so many years, Ricky was a catalyst. I mean, he was the guy that was probably as good a leadoff man as there was in all of baseball. And now as his career is winding down, it's still amazing. 1,231 stolen bases for Ricky.
Yeah.
Over 70 leadoff home runs in his career. Here's a leadoff man that has demonstrated that he has pretty good power. Matter of fact, he has outstanding power.
The 2-2. Strike 3 called slider on the inside corner. Third time that Randy has fanned Ricky Henderson. It is strikeout number 8 for Randy Johnson. And Ricky Henderson just drops his bat at home plate, and he has a few words for Jim McKeon, the plate umpire. As did Tony Phillips when Tony struck out in the 6th inning. Manager Terry Collins breaks up the conversation. And Ricky still has a few parting shots for McKeon.
Well, you be the judge. Is this a strike? You know, when Ricky stands up, if Ricky stays in the crouch, it's not a strike. But if he stands up, it is one.
Starts in that low crouch.
Yeah, look at this. If he stays in this crouch, stays down there, it is not a strike.
Here's right fielder Garrett Anderson. Ball 1. And now Ricky Henderson has just been tossed out of this ball game. Jimmy McKeon has ejected Ricky Henderson. It's the last thing in the world that Terry Collins wanted, one of his starters to be thrown out of this ball game.
Well, it could very well be Henderson, or it might be someone else.
Tony Phillips was upset last inning. Well, we'll find out here in a second who has to leave the bench and head on back to the clubhouse. Ricky Henderson is still there.
Yeah, I believe it is Henderson, because now Henderson's saying, for what? For what? Why are you throwing me out?
They're not going to start this game, or resume this ball game, rather, restart it, until Jimmy McKeon removes Ricky Henderson from the bench. And there goes Ricky. Back into the clubhouse. Well, not before saying a few more words to McKeon. So Ricky back to the clubhouse. 1 out for the Angels in more ways than one here in the top of the 7th inning. Terry Collins will have to come up with a substitute for Ricky Henderson. Garrett Anderson, a strike, 1-1. Garrett is 0 for 2. He has fanned twice. 8 strikeouts for Randy. Low, ball 2, 2-1. Randy needed 14 strikeouts in this ball game to reach 2,000 strikeouts for his major league career. Fastball for strike 2 on the outside corner, 2-2. The big unit struck out the side in the 2nd. He struck out the side in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss, and he fans Anderson for the 3rd time. Randy Johnson with strikeout number 9. There are the K's to prove it.
9 strikeouts for Randy Johnson. He needs 5 more for 2,000 in his career.
He has time to get him. He has 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Here is Luis Alicea. Low, ball 1. Alicea has one of the Angel 5 base hits, 1 for 2. He singled into center with 2 outs in the 2nd. There's a strike, 1-1. Randy Johnson with very good control tonight has not walked a man. Has the 9 strikeouts. And Red, when you're around the plate, you're going to get a close call.
When you demonstrate to the umpires that you hit the ball in the strike zone consistently, they're going to give you that close call upon occasion.
Another base hit for Luis Alicea. Singles into center. With 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Base hit number 6 for Anaheim. Brings up catcher Chad Kruder. This is how the 2nd inning unfolded when Johnson struck out the side in the 2nd. He fanned Ricky Henderson. He fanned Anderson. Alicea single to center. Then he struck out Chad Kruder. Chad 1 for 2 with that strikeout in the 2nd. Blooped a single in the right field in the 5th inning. Strike on the inside corner, 0-1, as Yogi Berra said. Is it going to be deja vu all over again? Well, he has 1 strike on Chad Kruder.
Yogi's got a lot of those sayings. I don't know
if all are true.
I don't know if all of them can be attributed to Yogi, but there are a lot of them that he's been given credit for.
And Johnson right away goes to 0-2 on Chad Kruder. Randy doesn't waste any time. jumping out in front of the count. And there's the banner with Yogi saying it's deja vu all over again with Randy Johnson on the mound facing the Angels trying to win the West. A lot of things match up. 52,000 on their feet. Inside, thrown to second, not in time. Down at second with a stolen base goes Luis Alicea. The pitch was inside on Kruder for ball one.
21st stolen base of the year for Alicea. Randy with a big high leg kick. Fastball just missing. Throw just a bit high. Alicea is safe.
Pitch a little bit inside. Dan Wilson's throw. Not in time. Runner at second, 2 outs. And time is called. Chad Kruder backs out of the box as Dan Wilson wants to go out and make sure that Dan and Randy are on the same page with this next pitch to Kruder. At first base. The umpire there, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Randy Johnson has struck out the side already twice in this game. He has 9 strikeouts. The pitch fouled away, and Kruder had to fight off that pitch, and it's still 2-2 on the Angels catcher.
Boy, did he ever have to fight that pitch off. Fastball running up and in. Look at the swing by Kruder. As it looked like he's kind of halfway trying to hold up. At the same time, kind of a funky swing, but he stays alive.
Still 2-2 on Kruder. Way up and outside, ball 3. Full count, 3-2. A little extra on that fastball, sailed away. There's a tying run at the plate.
You know, you work all summer long, you get your arm nice and strong, and then Randy missed those 4 starts.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take some time for him to get his arm strength back.
The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Randy Johnson strikes out the side for the 3rd time in the ball game. Strikeout number 10 for Randy Johnson. He has done that 82 times in his career. 10 strikeouts or more in a ball game for the big unit. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mariners lead Anaheim 4-2. The 7th inning stretch is brought to you all season long by today's manufactured home.
Great house.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Mariners lead Anaheim 4-2. New right fielder is Orlando Palmeiro. And Garrett Anderson moves from right field to play left field for Ricky Henderson, who was ejected from the ball game. Joey Cora leads off the 7th inning. A strike on Joey, 0-1. We have a new pitcher as well, Pep Harris, a right-hander. On in relief, his numbers for the season. Replacing Alan Watson. Curve strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Joey 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a run scored. In the dirt, ball 1, 1-2. Didn't go. They appealed down to the third base umpire, Jim Joyce, on the check swing.
Yeah, Joey has his batting average up to 303. Picks it up a couple of points with his 2 hits. Right now, he'd like to be able to get on base. Mariners can use a run or 2.
Last 5 games, Joey hitting .391 to get that batting average, just over 300. He has set the table for the big guys all season long. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. 1 away, so Pep Harris right away with a strikeout in relief. Not a bad pitch right there. Right-hander Mike James
might see Collins bringing in the left-hander to face Ken Griffey Jr.
Kelly with a strike. Roberto Kelly. The 0-1 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners did all of their scoring back in the first inning. Since then, nothing but goose eggs. Angels 1 in the first and 1 in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Both runs for Anaheim on home runs by Jim Edmonds.
Last time Harris is in the game, he worked a couple of innings against the Texas Rangers on Sunday.
2 and 2. The Angels were swept in that 3-game series down in Texas over the weekend. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Pep Harris on in relief bans the first 2 hitters that he faces. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the 7th inning. Brings up center fielder Ken Griffey Jr. Brings out manager Terry Collins. It will bring in the left-hander Mike Holtz. Holtz warming up down to the bullpen. Well, let's wait and see if Collins indeed makes the change, and he will. He goes out to the mound, grabs the ball from Pep Harris, and Holtz will take over in relief. Mariners lead 4-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th inning. We'll be back right after this timeout.
What did hundreds of
Anaheim 4-2. Well, the city is quiet right now, but I think they're preparing for hopefully some happy bedlam out there in Pioneer Square outside the Kingdom. If the Mariners can hang on and win this ball game, they lead 4-2. 52,000 plus, 52,884 tonight here in the Kingdom for the opening game of the series. Magic number is down to 1. The new pitcher for the Angels, left-hander Mike Holtz.
Good. 64 games he's appeared in, this being number 65. And Holtz has appeared in more games than anyone down there in that Angels bullpen this year. And right now we'll be facing Ken Griffey Jr. Holtz, opposing batters are only batting .216 against Holtz. Worked in 43 innings. You see the numbers right there. Junior would love to take him deep. Everybody came to the ballpark tonight just to watch Junior hit one there.
Looking for his 56th home run of the season. He had 2 last night down in Oakland. He is 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored.
Ball bouncing up the plate. Holtz has only given up a half a dozen home runs all year long.
Right-handed bats coming up with Edgar Martinez, Alex Rodriguez, J.Buhner, Dan Wilson, Mike James warming up down in the bullpen. So Terry Collins has the right-hander ready. Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Junior. You can hear the oohs and the ahs in the background with every swing.
If Holtz does not get Junior out, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see another pitching change and bring in Mike James to face Edgar Martinez.
Calls time. You know, we've talked about the home runs, and obviously so, because of the 55 that Junior's hit, but how about his RBI total? 145, one of the highest RBI totals since 1949. One of them. Breaking ball is down and away. Ball 2, 2-1.
Well, there are certain plateaus, and certainly if you can drive in 150 runs in the season, boy, you talk about having an yeah, those are huge numbers.
Big swing and a miss. 2-2 on Junior.
I know Junior has 92 extra base hits, have 100 extra base hits in a season. Look at the swing one more time, trying to golf that ball out of the ballpark. 100 extra base hits in a season is absolutely. I think anything over 80 extra base hits is an exceptionally fine year.
Two and 2 on Griffey. He's closing in on 400 total bases for the season. Not too many players in history have had 400 total bases. He has 386. Time is called. Chad Kruder out to the mound. Have a talk with left-hander Mike Holtz. Now they want to go after Junior with the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Griffey Jr. has put together a special season. Red, not too many players have hit 50 home runs in a season period, only 15, and that number is cut into half when you get around the 55 mark. And you have Maris at 61, Ruth at 60, Greenberg and Fox with 58.
Mac Wilson at 56.
Down and away, ball 3, full count, 3-2. Deck is Edgar Martinez. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th inning. Ground ball to the right side, charging Tony Phillips. He's got it underhands to Hollins at the bag for the out on Jr., and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on, and after 7 innings of play, it's the Mariners 4, the Angels 2.
Now where the Mariners are leading by a score of 4-2 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Gary DiSarcina, Tony Phillips, and Jim Edmonds to be facing the big unit, Randy Johnson. And that is strike 1. DiSarcina 0 for 2 in the game, has bounced out and is hit into a double play. Randy Johnson has thrown right around 122, 123 pitches in this contest. And that's hit well to left field. And that is gone. A home run by Gary DiSarcina, and we have a 1-run game. DiSarcina, with his 4th home run of the year, has put the Angels within 1 run. So Gary DiSarcina, with only his 4th home run of the year, lines one over the left field fence, and we have a very close contest, and with that we have action in the bullpen. See the swing by DiSarcina, and here is Tony Phillips.
And he takes low for ball 1, so all 3 of the runs for the Angels coming via the long ball, 2 by Edmonds and now 1 by DiSarcina. Popped up and out of play by Tony. 1-1. He wasn't very happy when he struck out back in the 6th inning. Right-hander Mike Timlin, lefty Paul Spoljaric warming up down in the bullpen. Tony 0 for 3. It is a 1-run ball game. Fastball for a strike. Now the inside corner right there, and the count is now 1-2 on Phillips. Randy's numbers for the night: 7+ innings, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. Foul back. Still 1-2.
Rick, go back to the 4th inning. A leadoff triple by Alex Rodriguez, and boy, is that turning out to be a big play.
Alan Watson worked out of a 1st and 3rd no-out jam. Alex Rodriguez had that leadoff triple. Buhner got aboard with a walk, but then Watson had a couple of strikeouts and got Andy Sheets to bounce out to LSC at 3rd base. Chopped out toward A-Rod at short. Fires the first in time to get Tony Phillips. And there is out number 1 here in the 8th inning. Say, friends, get your hands on the most exciting moments in Mariner history with your very own copy of 20 Years of Mariner Baseball. From the first pitch in 1977 to last year's record-breaking season, this special edition audio CD features all the great moments in the 20-year history of the ball club. The CD also contains special features on your favorite current Mariners, including Junior, Alex, Randy, and more. 20 Years of Mariner Baseball, available now at Tower Records and other fine retailers throughout the Northwest. Van Wilson to the mound.
Both the home runs that Edmonds has hit off of Randy Johnson tonight have been off the fastball. And it has been up in the strike zone. Fastball up and out of the plate. Fastball about bell high, middle of the plate in.
sliders blown away. Ball one. Mariners lead 4-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Blown away again. Ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. 132 pitches already for the big unit. Good fastball on the outside corner. 2-1. Man, this guy is tough. He's able to reach back and find that little something extra to keep going. Fouled away by Edmonds. 2-2.
Give an idea as to how strong that Randy Johnson is. You can see that no stride stance of Jim Edmonds. It pays off for this guy. He does it well.
Randy Johnson peeks around that glove to get the sign. The 2-2 is outside. Ball 3. Full count. On deck is Tim Salmon. 52,000 plus. Misses away. Ball 4. So Jim Edmonds with a walk, and that's the very first walk given up by Randy Johnson in this game. He walks his first man here in the 8th inning.
And here comes Lou.
Lou Piniella has Timlin and Spoljarek down to the bullpen. Well, Lou's going to go out and find out if Randy Johnson has a few more pitches in that lightning bolt of a left arm.
You know, you don't like. Here's where the dilemma that Lou has right now. You don't want your starting pitcher to pitch as well as Randy has all night long and then put him in a position to lose the game. Because you have a time run at first base after throwing 130 plus pitches in the game. You don't want to put your pitcher in a chance to lose. Take him out of the ball game and then turn it over to the bullpen. Well, that's what you do for normal guys. But with this guy on the mound, you go out and say, how do you feel? And he says, I feel fine. That's all I want to hear.
Okay.
And then let him go.
Go get him. 1 on, 1 away. And now Randy faces designated hitter Tim Salmon. Swinging a ground ball, base hit into left field. That'll send Edmonds to second base. He's trying for 3. Kelly's throw is going to be in time. Holy smoke! Roberto Kelly's throw to Andy Sheets was right on line. 2 outs for the Angels. Edmonds gambled right on the ball, hit into left field. He tried to go from first to third on a single to left. And Kelly's throw was right there.
You're already in scoring position. It's going to take a base hit, something like that, to score you anyway. But you can see, challenging the arm, and he didn't make it.
Good throw by Roberto Kelly right there. He looked at second, went to third. A one-hop strike into Andy Sheets. Dave Hollins a swing and a miss. 0-1. So now the tying run is way over at first base. And with 2 outs in the inning. Nice play by Roberto Kelly. Corner for strike 2, and it's 0-2 on Dave Hollins. Randy Johnson going on adrenaline with the crowd of 52,884 behind him. Randy Johnson has always been there in the big game. He's always been there. Down and away, ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big game or not, but the big unit always has come through. Since the middle of May of 1994, the big unit is 52-9. Incredible numbers. The 1-2 pitch. Line foul on the third base side. Still a ball and 2 strikes on first baseman Dave Hollins. White knuckle time for everybody.
You just don't know how much farther you want the big unit to go. I have a feeling if he gets Hollins out, that'll be all for Randy.
Fouled back again by Hollins. Still a ball and 2 strikes, and then turn it over to the bullpen for the 9th inning.
That's right. Hollins right on that last pitch. Once again, tying run at first base. If you're in the outfield, back up a step or two.
Yeah.
Make them get 2 hits. Don't give them a gapper.
Line foul past third base coach Larry Boa. Still 1-2 as this battle continues between Randy Johnson and Dave Hollins. The ex-Mariner who helped out down the stretch the final 2 months of the season last year. Mariners trying to stay in the pennant race with the Rangers. 1 on, 2 away. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The big unit has done it. Strikeout number 11. He gets out of this jam. The Angels get 1 run, but that's it. What a job by Randy Johnson tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Mariners 4 and the Angels 3. Sports Northwest is brought to you by Eagle Hardware and Garden. More of everything. By Miller Genuine Draft to remind you it's time for a good old macro brew. And by today's manufactured home, built for living, built for life. Well, right now it is still quiet outside in Pioneer Square. Inside the Kingdome, the Mariners lead the Angels 4-3, bottom of the 8th inning. It is not quiet inside. As we have a new pitcher for the Angels, right-hander Mike James will work the bottom of the 8th. He's looking for an insurance run. The Angels will have 1 more try.
Yeah, look at the numbers for Mike James, making his 57th appearance of the year. A record of 5-5. He has 7 saves, ERA 4.38, and will be facing here in the inning Martinez, Rodriguez, and Buhner. And the Mariners certainly could use an insurance run or 2.
Edgar Martinez steps in to face Mike James, the 4th pitch used by manager Terry Collins. Slider is down and away, ball 1. Edgar 0 for 3. He has grounded out twice. He's also flied out to Edmonds in center field. Up and in as Edgar backs away. Ball 2, 2-0. In the top of the 9th inning, the Angels will send up Orlando Palmeiro, Garrett Anderson, and Luis Alicea. Swing and a miss and a good James fastball. 2-1. Stayed down with it.
Edgar swung kind of hard at that last pitch after that fastball up and in. Came back and took a pretty good rip.
Slider's a little low again. Ball 3, 3-1.
Just looking ahead, Palmeiro is a pretty good left-handed hitter, not a very big strike zone.
Low ball 4, so Edgar Martinez with a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brings up shortstop Alex Rodriguez. Troy Percival is warming up down to the bullpen for the Angels. And down to the Mariner bullpen. Right-hander Heathcliff Slocum is warming up for the Mariners.
And we're going to have a pinch runner for Edgar Martinez. Lee Tinsley is going to run. So Lou taking out the designated hitter in Edgar Martinez with that 1-run lead, gambling that his bullpen's going to be able to hold it, and now has Tinsley in the game. Now Tinsley becomes the designated hitter.
So Tinsley aboard at first base. Pinch running for Edgar. Here's Alex. Tries to bunt, fouls it away. Trying to sacrifice. He had a tough pitch to try to lay down a pitch. In on his hands. 0-1 and A-Rod. Randy Johnson having a pretty good conversation with Lou Piniella. I wonder if Randy J.Buhner going out there in the top of the 9th inning saying,
well,
hey, I got a few more pitches in my arm available for you. Alex trying to bunt, takes the pitch high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Randy has thrown a lot of pitches, Fred.
Yes, he has. Unofficially, you've got him with about 141 pitches in this game. Right now, you have Alex with the bunt sign. I don't know, Lou may change and put on the hit and run with Tinsley at first base. Right now, if he's going to bunt it, I think he's better off bunt the ball along the first base side.
Shows bunt early, throw to first by James, and Tinsley gets back.
The reason I say that, you have Alisea charging down the line at third, and you have the runner being held at first base by Hollins. Hollins not going to be able to get in as close as that of Alisea.
Keep the runner close. See Hollins at the bag over there at first base, keeping Tinsley close. Another throw to first base, and Tinsley gets back. 1 on and nobody out. 4-3 Mariners lead. Alex Rodriguez with a single, a triple. He's also been safe on a throwing error by shortstop Gary DiSarcina. As they average up to .299. Pops it foul on the first base side. 1 and 2 on Alex, and now he'll have to swing away. Right, that's exactly what A-Rod had in mind. He was trying to put it up that first base line to force Hollins to come in and field it and get Tinsley to second, but now he'll have to swing away.
Well, let's wait to see what happens on this next pitch, because I think there's a possibility if it goes ball 2 and makes it a 2-2 count, Lou just might put on a hit and run.
Ground ball to the second baseman Phillips. Second for 1. The relay to first is in time for 2. A double play. They get Tinsley at second and double up A-Rod at first base. Taylor made double play ball. Hard hit right at Tony Phillips at second. They turn the double play 4-6-3.
Yeah, Phillips to DiSarcina, back over to Hollins. Quick feed by Phillips. Second double play in the game, third by the game. Well, here's the guy that's really been the difference in the game.
Yeah.
J.Buhner's 3-run homer back in the first inning.
And now J.Buhner, the man of the hour, along with Randy Johnson in this ball game. Jay hit his 40th home run of the season back in the first, and the club's 258th home run to set a new major league record. On the outside corner for Steve, rank 1. Bullpen coach Manny Sinatra signaling that Slocum is ready down in the bullpen. Swing and a miss by Buhner. 0-2.
Look at the swing by J.Buhner, trying to lift that ball. Just thinking ahead. Randy, I think, is going to go out there to the mound. And I would imagine with Orlando Palmeiro, left-hand hitter, may see a pinch hitter. Let's see what Terry Collins does.
Strike 3 called, and that will retire the side. Well, we go to the top of the 9th inning. Mariners have the lead. The Mariners are 3 outs away from winning the American League West. We go to the 9th inning. The Mariners lead Anaheim 4-3. 9th inning. Mariners lead the Angels by a score of 4-3. Randy Johnson went 8 innings in this ball game. His numbers for his work tonight, and right-hander Heathcliff Slocum will take over in relief to try to get the final 3 outs of the ball game and send the Mariners into the playoffs for the second time in the last 3 years. A strike on Orlando Palmeiro. 0-1, leading off the top of the 9th inning.
The other night in Oakland, Slocum had an outstanding fastball.
Low, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And when you talk to Slocum, he says when he stays within himself, his control is much better. But it's certainly understandable right here with the pennant on the line that he might be a little excited.
Lined into center field, a base hit, a leadoff single for Orlando Palmeiro, and right away the Angels get the tying run aboard at first base.
And here we go.
Left fielder Garrett Anderson.
Brings up the left fielder Garrett Anderson.
Now, if you're Terry Collins, do you sacrifice Palmeiro to second, or attempt to get the tying run down to second, or do you go ahead and let Garrett Anderson swing away?
I think he's going to let this guy swing away.
Well, he's having a great year.
Popped up into shallow left field. Roberto Kelly is there. And he makes the catch. There is out number 1. The Mariners are 2 outs away from getting to the playoffs and winning the West Division title. 2 outs away, 1 on, 1 away. Top of the 9th inning brings up third baseman Luis Alicea.
I don't know how many times this year we've talked to Nardi Contreras, to Lou Piniella, to everybody down there in their uniforms for the Mariners, and they said, are we ever going to have a 1, 2, 3 ninth inning? Well,
haven't had many.
Haven't had many, folks. So why do you expect anything any different?
Left-hander Paul Spoljaric, right-hander Mike Templin warming up just in case. Lou needs the extra arm here in the 9th inning. What a job for Randy Johnson tonight. 8 innings, walked only 1 and struck out 11. The big unit, a chance to pick up the big win. It would be his 19th.
Now, Alicea is not a home run hitter. He's hit only 5 home runs all year, but all 5 of them have been left-handed.
Strike 1, and Alicea 0-1. The Mariners could be just 1 ground ball double play away from wrapping things up. With Palmeiro at first and 1 away. Luis Alicea 2 for 3. Magic number is down to 1. Low, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Exciting ball game for everybody. Slocum trying to wrap it up. Ball 2, 2-1. One on, 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. Mariners lead 4-3. Palmeiro at first base. A throw by Slocum to chase him back to the bag. Two years ago, the Mariners won the West in that 1-game playoff against the Angels. Won that game 9-1. Strike 2 called on Alicea. The count is even at 2-2.
And the fans start to come to their feet with anticipation.
In unison, everybody on their feet. 52,884 tonight here in the Kingdom. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. 2 outs for the Angels here in the 9th inning. He tried to hold up, but he went after it. The Mariners are 1 out away from winning the West.
Does he go a bit too far? You be the judge. Yes, he does. That time he went too far.
Time is called. Dan Wilson out to the mound to have a talk with Slocum.
Keep in mind that Terry Collins does like to use his speed. Now, does he allow Palmeiro to try to steal in this situation? We're going to see a pinch hitter for Chad Kruder. It is going to be Jack Howell. Jack Howell the other day came in and won a ball game for the Angels with a pinch hit home run.
Jack Howell will bat for Chad Kruder here in the top of the 9th inning, batting .268. He has 13 home runs. and 31 runs batted in. And now Dan Wilson back to the mound to go over with Heathcliff on how they want to go after Jack Howell. They had talked about Chad Kreuter. Now they talk about Howell.
Lou has an option. Lou can go to the bullpen and bring in Bulgaric to pitch to Howell if he wanted to.
He's looking over his pitcher-batter matchups. And he stays with Slocum to get that 27th out. Swing and a miss by Howell. 0-1. This place is going to go crazy. If Slocum can retire Howell and wrap up a win and send the magic number down to 0 and clinch the West Division title, he is 0-1 on Jack Howell. The tying run is over at first base, and Orlando Palmeiro, 4-3 Mariners lead. Slocum is ready. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back, and the count is nothing in 2. And now it can boil down to just one more pitch. It is loud. It is alive. Could be one pitch away from winning the American League West Division title. Standing in the way, Jack Howell. 1 on, 2 outs in the 9th inning. Slocum trying to wrap it up. And now time is called. Howell steps out of the batter's box. Palmeiro with a leadoff single. Anderson popped up to Kelly in left, and Alicea struck out. And now Slocum is 0-2 on pinch hitter Jack Howell. Mariners trying to get to the playoffs for the second time. The 0-2 pitch out. Dan Wilson. They wanted to take a look. But holding at first base, Red Palmeiro.
I just have in the back of my mind that there's that possibility because the Angels have some speed on their ball club, and we haven't seen them try to use it tonight so far.
And at 0-2, you can afford to take away one pitch.
That's right.
Here we go again. 2 down here in the 9th inning. In the dirt, and it gets on by Dan Wilson. A wild pitch sends Palmeiro the tying run into scoring position. Holy smoke. It never is easy. A wild pitch. Palmeiro's at second base, and the count is now even at Howell at 2-2.
And I think that time that Slocum tried to overthrow this pitch, made it a tough pitch for Wilson to try to handle it, and it got away from him.
Looked like that pitch hit part of the plate. He took that funny bounce on Dan and got behind him. 2-2 on Jack Howell. Wilson out to the mound. Have a talk with Slocum. There's the tying run. Palmeiro now at second base. Jim McKean out to the mound to break up the conversation. Dan Wilson heads on back. In the meantime, Bulgaric and Timlin continue to warm up. What an exciting year. The Mariners can clinch the West right here. It's all up to Heathcliff, Slocum, and Jack Howell. Little party here in the Kingdom of 52,000, and you folks at home. What a game tonight. The opening game of this 2-game series, game number 158, a thriller. The 2-2 is outside, and it bounces away from Wilson. It's kicked away by the plate umpire, Jimmy McKean, but holding it second is Palmeiro. Ball 3, full count. Mariners trying to win it for Randy Johnson.
And there's nothing that Johnson can do now. As you can see, this last pitch didn't miss by much.
Watch this now, Red.
And as you can see, the home plate umpire kicked that ball away. But but Palmeiro could not advance.
Tying run at second. The 3-2 pitch is fouled away. Still 3-2.
Howell, a pretty good fastball hitter, and I'll guarantee you that's exactly what he's looking for.
Just got a piece of it. The Angels with 3 home runs in this ball game, 2 by Edmonds, the other one by Gary DiSarcina. The Mariners with 1 home run. It was a 3-run shot into the upper deck in left field in the first off the bat of J.Buhner. Again, the 3-2 swing and a miss. It's over. The Mariners win the West. Slocum strikes out Jack Howell, and it's over. The Mariners are the West Division champions for 1997, and there is going to be a party in Pioneer Square and throughout the Pacific Northwest. Heathcliff, Slocum, and everybody bobbing each other out near second base. J.Buhner with the big shot in this ball game, and 52,000 are going crazy. They're going crazy here in the Kingdome. Holy smoke, the Mariners are going to the playoffs for the second time in the last 3 years. What a game. Mariners win 4-3.
I tell you what, these fans here in Seattle love the Mariners, the way they have been playing and the way they've hung in there all year long. And right now, the players out around second base congratulating each other, and they're going to go into the clubhouse. Right now, they're going to have the high five, and right in the middle of the whole thing is the big unit. Big, big game right here. And what it does for the Mariners, it allows Lou Piniella to rest some of these guys and get ready to bring in Baltimore.
Come on, Baltimore. Randy Johnson, the big unit. High fives and hugs all over the place. For his battery mate, Dan Wilson, Jr., what a year. 55 home runs and counting. Folks, it's not over yet. 4 games left in the regular season. But the Mariners have clinched the West. Look at Lou Piniella. I get everybody. The Mariners win the West for the second time. And it is mighty sweet. Paul Sereno, Alex Rodriguez, Lou Piniella. Holy smoke, these guys have put together one heck of a year, and the journey still continues. This is only stop number 1.
They know they still have some work to do. It's not done yet. This is the first part of it to get into the playoffs. That's the most difficult thing to do after all the games in spring training. And then the 162 games. And then you go back into the clubhouse where they're going to have some celebrations and they're going to have some fun for a while.
Yeah.
But they still have some work to do.
The 1997 American League West Division champion Seattle Mariners, Randy Johnson, his 19th win of the season. There's traveling secretary Craig Detweiler. This is his final year with the franchise. The big unit getting back inside the clubhouse. What a season for Randy Johnson. An absolutely phenomenal year for the big unit. He wins for the 19th time. He goes to 19-4. You can't say enough about the way these guys played down the stretch.
You know, Rick, that's the first time this year I've seen the Mariners show emotion with among the players. They've all taken it in stride. All the victories, all the frustrating defeats that they've had this year. This is the first time I've seen this ball club get very emotional.
What a year for Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson and company. Rich Walsh is down there. We're going to try to visit with some of the guys as they start the celebration. They've got the plastic tarp in front of the lockers. They're going to get the bottles of champagne ready. How about J.Buhner? How about Bone, his 40th home run of the season? And that set the new Major League record because it was the team's 258th, a new Major League record for this ball club.
They played long ball all year long. They have relied on the long ball all year long. And they got it again tonight. And they only got the one that they needed, and that was a 3-run blast by Buhner in the very first inning. And just like in 1995, when the Mariners beat the Angels right here in the Kingdome, the fans don't want to go.
They're going to stick around.
They don't want to leave.
You know what? Neither do I. It's time to really savor this moment, to enjoy this win. It took 158 games to decide the American League West Division champions, and they are the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners win the West with a 4-3 decision over the Anaheim It was hang on time, and there go the bottles of champagne. Paul Sereno doing the honors on J.Buhner. The fans inside the Kingdom are watching the celebration. They're uncorking the bottles of champagne. Red, you have been there many times before. Try to describe that feeling.
Well, it is fun. There's no question about that. Where everybody in the clubhouse has a chance to act like a little boy.
And you know what? You've got to be a little boy. Roy Campanello was certainly right. You've got to have a lot of little boy in you to play this game. And the Mariners, a lot of little boys, and they're having a great time right now because they played like champions all season long. Hey, we got a chance to go into the clubhouse. Rich Waltz has J.Buhner.
All right, Jay, very special. You win the West, you get to 40. Big night for you.
Yeah, it's a great win. It's been a great year all along. I tell you what, we're definitely the cardiac kids, no doubt about it. And I tell you what, this is really special. Being here 10 years and to see the way this organization has turned around the last 3 years is, every one of these is special. This is a real nice feeling right now, and it's a special year for us. Hopefully, great things will continue for us.
I get the sense around this ball club that it's great to win the West, but there's a lot of work to be done yet.
Oh, there is, but I tell you what, this year we had a lot of pressure, a lot of high expectations, a lot of injuries, being banged up, a few question marks, everybody talking about the hole in our bullpen. And I'll tell you what, though, there's a bunch of gamers in this room, and we never give up. And when you got a taste of it, there's no greater feeling than this. This is the only way. This is what it's all about. This is the only way to play.
Congratulations on winning the West. Congratulations on getting to 40. We'll see you in the playoffs.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right, J.Buhner. We're going to get Randy Johnson. We'll talk to Lou Piniella. Ron Fairley, back up to you, baby.
All right, Rich. Nice going, and have some fun out there. And the fans here at the Kingdom this evening, 52,884, and a lot of them still remain. And they continue to start the party here at the Kingdom. So I believe we have another pennant that will be hanging up there in a very short period of time. In 1995, of course, they won the Western Division and came very close to going to the World Series. The Mariners are going to be taking on the Baltimore Orioles in the playoffs, in the first round of the playoffs, right here. Game 1 and 2 will be played here, and the remaining games will be played in Baltimore. As you can see, still a lot of commotion going on down the field. Joey Cora has come back out, and in the clubhouse you can see John Ellis, the CEO of the ball club, along with Ken Griffey Jr., the coaches in the background, and they're having a good time down there in the clubhouse. And John Ellis just got a dose of the champagne being dumped on top of his head. Rich Waltz trying to get some of the other players to join in. And we've got the Junior right here. Junior, go ahead, Rich, take it away.
He's a little busy right now. Junior, big night for you guys, obviously. You win the West. Jay gets to 40. Great way to finish.
But, these guys have battled all year, and, it takes 25 guys to win this thing, and everybody contributed the way they wanted to and had their own ways of doing it, and it finally paid off.
A lot of work to do yet. I mean, obviously, it's not as wild a celebration as it was 2 years ago.
Well,
oh, man.
Last 95 was a bad year for us. They didn't have enough champagne. This time they got enough champagne for us, but we're having a lot of fun.
All right. Good luck in the playoffs. Congratulations on a fantastic season.
You're welcome, sir.
Go a little longer. I get a nice house. Okay.
All right, Red. It's wet. It's wild. It's fun. We'll keep down here. We'll get a hold of Lou Piniella in a second.
All right. See if you can't get the skipper as soon as you can, and we'll get right back down there to you. But in the meantime, we're gonna take a little bit of a break. The Mariners win tonight by a score of 4-3. Randy Johnson picks up his 19th victory of the year as Heathcliff Slocum picks up his 27th save. It's all over. The Mariners are the Western Division champs. We'll be right back.
What if all the middle infielders in the world called in sick? I guess we could get it.
Johnson, Ron, back to you.
All right, welcome back to the Kingdom. We had a chance to visit with a big unit. We'll have that for you here in just a second. But as you can see, the Mariners defeat the Anaheim Angels by a score of 4-3. And the Mariners record their 89th victory of the year. The fans still remain here at the Kingdom. As we said, over 52,000 fans in attendance saw the Mariners win their second Western Division title in the last 2 of the last 3 years. And so it's going to be on to the playoffs for the Mariners. Randy Johnson picking up his 19th victory of the year. My, oh my, what a horse he is. And just a few moments ago, Rich Waltz has a chance to visit with the big unit.
Well, they battled. Let's not forget they had a lot of Mark Langston went down, Chuck Finley went down, and they were battling all year long. Had they had their whole pitching staff intact, it would have been much closer race, I believe. But I just want to get my hat to the Angels because they played hard all year long. They never gave up. How do you feel, Randy?
Well, we're continuing to work on that interview with Randy Johnson, and hopefully Rich Waltz will have Lou Piniella and get the skipper to talk about the ball club, because I know it has been a very frustrating year for everyone concerned. And as J.Buhner said, as we talked to him down there in the clubhouse, that it has not been easy all year long as the celebrations continue to go along. But the game was decided really maybe back in the very first inning of tonight's ball game, when the Mariners had a tie game at 1, and then J.Buhner came to the plate in the very first inning and launched a home run to left field 484 feet away, and it was his 40th home run of the year. And we will hopefully show that to you here in just a little bit as the party continues to take place down in the Mariners clubhouse. Let's take a look at Jay's 40th home run of the year in the first inning. And there was no doubt about that when leaving the yard as he got all of it. 484 feet away, a 3-run blast. And that was really the difference of the ball game. J.Buhner, now one of few players, one of 10 players in the history of the game to hit 40 home runs in 3 consecutive seasons. And right now, back out on the field is Ken Griffey Jr. And what a year that Jr. has had. And he is going to be holding court down there in front of the Mariners dugout as the party continues here at the Kingdome. So Ken Griffey Jr. down there on the third base side. And we're going to go back down into the Mariners clubhouse. Rich Waltz has the skipper, Lou Piniella.
Thanks, Skipper. All right. Pretty special moment for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. The way this team played all year, we had some adversity. It was a tough, long road. It really was. It wasn't easy. But I'll tell you this, these kids showed some doggedness and determination and a will to win. And that's basically what it takes. Plus, we have some pretty good talent here, as you know. But it was an exciting year. And the way we won, to me, is much more rewarding than it was the way we won in '95. We were out in front. We had expectations coming into the season. And so far, we've come through. This is just part of our journey. But we're very pleased and we're very happy. We'll enjoy this moment.
I don't know what the deal is. You're not wet. You haven't been out in the Champagne yet. What's going on?
I called my wife and I called my son at school and shared it with them. And now I'll have a little champagne, and I'm not too much in the dowsing, though.
This is a different feeling from '95, you said, and now you have an opportunity to set your rotation up for the playoffs, and that's almost immeasurable when you think back to where you had Johnson going into the '95 playoffs.
Well, no question. Johnson, Moyer, he probably won't pitch tomorrow. We'll give him some work over the weekend. Also, Pissarro. Well, we'll get everybody set now, and we'll rest his team, and we'll go from there. But, we're very pleased with this. This wasn't easy. It really wasn't. But I think this ball club here will learn a lot from his experience. It's immeasurable. You can't pay for it. You can't buy it. You got to experience it and go through it. And that's exactly what we did here. And now we'll enjoy this thing for a couple of days, and then we'll get ready for postseason over the weekend.
Skipper, congratulations. Go get them in the playoffs.
Thank you, and I want to congratulate the California team, too. They played a heck of a ball game today. A lot of intensity on that field. Just a super well-played game today. I mean, just that's Major League Baseball at its finest, and we were fortunate to come out on top.
All right, the best is yet to come. Lou Piniella. Ron Fairley, back to you.
All right, Rich, good job down there. Outside of the Kingdome, yes, indeed, the fans continue to start departing as they swarm the Kingdome. And once again, we're going to go right back to the interview that Rich did a couple of minutes ago and give you a chance to see and listen to the interview. Randy Johnson talking with Rich Waltz.
Randy, big night tonight, 19th win, and it always seems a special night against the Angels to win the West.
Well, they've battled. Let's not forget they've had a lot of key injuries this year. Mark Langston went down, Chuck Finley went down, and they were battling all year long. Had they had their whole pitching staff intact this year, it would have been a much closer race, I believe. But I just want to tip my hat to the Angels because they played hard all year long, and they never gave up.
How do you feel, Randy, after tonight? You were well up in the pitch count. How do you feel right now?
That's the only reason I came out, because I threw about 145 pitches. But let's slow finish the game and let him see what it's like to win a championship.
Champagne tastes pretty sweet, doesn't it?
What's that?
Champagne tastes pretty sweet, doesn't it?
Tastes a lot better when you win.
Atta baby. Good luck your next start. You got 20 wins in the horizon, you know.
Thank you.
There's Randy Johnson. Ron, back to you.
All right, we're back down into the clubhouse, having a chance to visit with the big unit. There he is. Yes, indeed, Randy Johnson. 11 strikeouts in tonight's ball game, and here they are in the second inning. It was Ricky Henderson as strikeout number 1, and then Garrett Anderson, followed by Chad Kruder as he struck out the side in the second inning. Then in the fourth inning, Dave Hollins went down swinging, followed by Ricky Henderson for the second time swinging, and then Garrett Anderson one more time as the big unit swept him away, striking out the side. In the sixth inning, it was Tony Phillips getting called out and then getting into an argument. In the seventh inning, as you can see, it was Henderson striking out. Garrett Anderson was number 9. Chad Kruder became strikeout number 10. And then in the eighth inning, Dave Hollins struck out, and that was number 11 for the big unit that ended the eighth inning. Let's go back down in the clubhouse to Rich Waltz and Joey Cora.
All right, thanks, Ron. Joey, very special moment. This is, what a way to win it. Against the Anaheim Angels, you finish them, you got a week to prepare for the playoffs.
Well, it's going to be all right now. I mean, it was tough the whole year. The expectations were pretty high, and this is what we're supposed to do. And I'm glad that we won it here at home. The fans got to enjoy it, and now we can get ready for the playoffs. Like last time, that we had to play one game playoff, and then all the rotation was all screwed up. But now we got time to prepare for Baltimore or the Yankees, probably Baltimore, and get ready for the playoffs. This is just step one, and hopefully we can go a long way.
I know as a team it's very satisfying for you, the season you've had at the plate. You've improved in the field. I mean, a lot of things you've accomplished this year. You've got a champagne shower going right now. A tremendous season for you individually.
Well, I think the team helped me out a lot. I mean, Alex, Roberto Kelly came in and did an outstanding job. He probably won the game for us today defensively with that throw to third base. And, the people around me had great years, and I just happened to put it together a little bit. But I think the team is the most important thing. And like I said, the expectation was pretty high, so the year was pretty tough. I mean, everybody wanted us to clinch like in July, and it wasn't going to happen that way. And I'm happy that we won, and I'm pretty sure that everybody here is happy, relief, but happiness, and then we're getting ready for the playoffs.
All right, and that thing on your nose, it's helping you hit, right?
We'll see.
Joey, congratulations. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you.
There you have it, Ron. We'll keep working. We'll keep getting wet, and we'll head back to you.
Kind of a soggy clubhouse, but certainly a lot of fun outside the Kingdome as the Mariner fans are on their way home with smiles on their face. We'll have more from the Kingdome when we come back in just a moment.
A lot of industry
defeated the Angels by a score of 4-3 and have won their second Western Division title. Let's go back down into the Mariners clubhouse as Rick Waltz has the president of the Mariners, Chuck Armstrong, at his side.
All right, thanks, Ron. A rather dry Chuck Armstrong. How have you been able to dodge all this champagne? You been in Lou's office?
I have been. I learned from 2 years ago when I was, I think, the most drenched guy in the locker room. But it is fun. It's been a struggle. I think coming out of spring training and all the injuries and things we've been through, and it's very sweet. Very sweet, and sweet to win it at home.
Sweet on the field, sweet off the field. Tomorrow night, you'll draw your 3 millionth fan. That is quite an accomplishment for this organization.
It's wonderful. Last year we drew 2.7 million. I never thought we'd do that. This year we're going to be over 3 million one. It's just incredible. The fans have turned out. You know, we just finished fan surveys, Rich, and over 40% of our fans come from outside of King County and take more than an hour to get to the ballpark. We have the best fans in baseball.
I still feel in this clubhouse, though, just in talking to some of the players, there's a real resolve that there's a lot more work to do. This is not a real big celebration when you compare it to '95 when you won the West.
That's true. That's one reason why I'm dry. Most of the players are a lot more dry than they were in '95. And '95 was a miracle year. We came from 13.5 back. This year we led, if not all the year, certainly most of the year, and it's nice to win it from in front, and there is a quiet resolve. When I went up to congratulate Randy Johnson, he said, this is just the foundation. We're going on from here, and that's the same way Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay and all the others feel, too.
All right, you got another flag to hang up in the Dome. Let's hope you get a couple more this season.
Thank you. I think you're wetter than I am.
I would agree with him there. Chuck Armstrong, president of the Seattle Mariners. Ron Fairley, back up to you.
All right, Rich, you seem to be treading water or treading champagne down there. Ah, yes, it looks a little bit lonely, and they would like to hang another banner next to it, not saying just American League Western Division champions, but world champions. And certainly the Mariners are going to have that opportunity this year, providing they get by Baltimore and whoever else they have to play in the playoffs. Outside the Kingdom, yep, they continue to party as many of the fans are sticking around celebrating the victory here this evening. A 4-3 victory over the Anaheim Angels as Randy Johnson wins his 19th of the year. Watson took the loss, and Heathcliff Slocum came in and worked the 9th inning, and what a job he did. He struck out the last 2 batters that he faced, nailing down his 27th save of the year, and they continue to party down in the soggy clubhouse. As you can see, we're scanning around the clubhouse. You have Detweiler there, the traveling secretary, and of course a lot of the media and the attention drawn to the Mariners down there in their clubhouse. And once again, there's Junior as he is holding court. And what a year Junior has had. Holy cow. No, he didn't hit any home runs tonight, but what a year he has sent us on. 55 home runs by Ken Griffey Jr. And of course, J.Buhner now with 40 home runs. They've hit 95 home runs between them. That is third on the all-time history of the game of baseball of home run duels for a single season. 95 this year. Last year they hit 93. But what a year Junior's had. And the question now is, will he continue to play the balance of the season with a shot at trying to catch Roger Maris's 61 home run mark, or will he get some rest? We'll have to wait and find out and see how he feels tomorrow, as I know he'll have a visit with Lou Piniella. The fans continue to stick around the Kingdome, and we continue to party. We'll have more when we come back from the Kingdome in just a moment.
The brand new limited edition.
A score of 4-3, and still some of the fans around the Kingdome. Let's go back down into the Mariners clubhouse. Rich Waltz has Alex Rodriguez and John Marzano at hand.
Very special feeling, obviously.
You know, it's very special. We realize it's step one, and it's phase one. We got a long ways to go, but it's just so sweet. I mean, we've been through so much adversity this year and had to overcome injuries, and this team is it's just been a drain, and we can take a couple days off now and get ready for Baltimore, but we're going to definitely enjoy this one.
Marzi, for you, a taste of the postseason.
Well, you know, I'm getting older now, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm 34 years old. We got a great ball club. I feel like this team can do it all, and we can win it all. We got a great offense. You know, our bullpen came together. We got 3 great starters, and going into the postseason, I see us as the favorite, and I hope we can do it.
Is this a different feeling, a different team than '95?
I think so. I mean, I think this year's team's a little bit more confident. We've been in first place. We've been under defending and taking care of first place a little bit more. Rather than '95, we had to overcome Anaheim. I think we were down 12 or 13 games, so it's night and day. But For those critics that say that this year's not as sweet as 95, I can call them liar, because this has been a lot sweeter because of all the expectations.
All right, congratulations. Dry off for tomorrow night, will you guys?
All right. Yeah, I'm going to play tomorrow. He's probably not.
John Marzano, Alex Rodriguez, Ron, very wet, very special here in the clubhouse.
All right, Rich, great job as you continue to work down there in the clubhouse, and obviously it is very, very wet. And John Marzano saying that he's going to be in the game tomorrow. Yeah, there's going to be another game here tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see the lineups that Lou Piniella puts out on the field, as well as Terry Collins for the Anaheim Angels. And once again, the Mariners win the Western Division Championship. They win by a score of 4-3 tonight. They take their second Western Division Championship in the last 3 years. So once again, final score, 4-3, the Mariners over the Anaheim Angels. Our next game on Fox Sports Northwest is tomorrow night at 7:30 against the Angels, and hope you join us at that time. So I'm Ron Farrelly, along with Dave Niehaus and Rich Wolf, and Rick Riz from the Kingdom, saying so long, everybody.
Tom Glasgow with you from the studios of Fox Sports Northwest on this very special night of Mariners baseball as the M's defeat the the Anaheim Angels by a score of 4-3 to wrap up the American League West title for the second time in 3 years. And guess what? Bonus coverage. We will have more coming your way on tonight's victory and other action around Major League Baseball on this Tuesday night. Stay tuned right here on Fox Sports Northwest. Champions reside in Seattle. The Mariners defeating.
Okay, sir, here's the deal. Your fourth division title for the M's. The Dodgers have their backs against the wall while
the West, they beat the Angels 4-3, and Lou Piniella feeling like a proud papa now that his team's delivered a title.
The way they've been paid all year, we had some adversity. It was a tough, long road. It really was. It wasn't easy. But I'll tell you this, though. These kids showed some doggedness and determination and a will to win, and that's basically what it takes.
It's just so sweet. I mean, we've been through so much adversity this year, and had to overcome injuries, and this team is it's just been a drain, and we can take a couple days off now and get ready for Baltimore, but we're going to definitely enjoy this one.
Mariners take their second division title in 3 years. Rangers.
Good day to you. I'm your maitre d', and here's your menu for the Sports Center Addict. Today's specials include...
Grant's looking at... There's still hope for him in his chase. Seattle could clinch the AL West with the win over the Halos on Tuesday night, while Junior swings could take him another cut or two closer to making baseball history. Anaheim at the Kingdom here, and Ken Griffey Jr. thinking, let's go long instead. He is a mere mortal, a little single.
During the '95 pennant chase. It was so loud, the sounds were echoing in my head, Finley said. The 10th sellout crowd of the year on hand in the Kingdom.
Stretch. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and let the party begin. He struck him out. And the Mariners are champions of the American League West in 1997.
The Mariners clinch a playoff spot with a 4-3 win over the Anaheim Angels. No homers for Griffey, but Buhner provided the game-winning historic blast. Bones became the 10th player in Major League history.
You know, it takes 25 guys to win this thing, and everybody contributed the way they wanted to and had their own ways of doing it, and it finally paid off. It's very special. We realize it's step one, and it's phase one. We got a long ways to go, but it's just so sweet. I mean, we've been through so much adversity this year and had to overcome injuries, and this team is it's just been a drain, and we can take a couple days off now and get ready for Baltimore, but we're going to definitely enjoy this one.
The Mariners now have 2 Western titles in their pocket, and both times the big unit clinched them with big-time performances against the Angels. On October 2nd, 1995, he went the distance in that one-game playoff, striking out 12, walking 1, combined in division clinchers, straight, staving off elimination, and thus the cork popping. Jim Leyland wants that magic number of 1 to disappear now. I'm sick and tired.
In addition, I have murdered 33 human beings.
It's the Gong Show.